Boy, Arrieta would love to call there.
That's a pitch he has. Man, excuse me. That's a pitch he has to have. That's the pitch Girardi said is a big key. Strike one, glove side, two righties to set up that slider cutter off the plate.
You know, these are at-bats that Jake Arrieta used to just absolutely own when he was at the height of his superpowers in 2015 and 16. Not to say that that still doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen with the kind of regularity, and there's a big difference based on what side of the plate he's working out.
Yeah, glove side is very important. Is that crossfire, sinker, four-seamer, cutter. Everything starts fastball away, strike one.
Riley sends that one into the gap, and that'll rattle around out there before Quinn can get to it. Duvall coming around to score. He'll do so without a play, and the Braves are on the board first in Philly tonight.
And these are the counts that Arrieta has to stay away from. 2-0 fastballs away. Riley knows what's coming, ready for it, and a nice swing. Fastball count. Fastball it is. And this is the first pitch right here that Arrieta needs this pitch. Instead of being 2-0, it will be 1-1 and probably getting a different pitch and a different result.
Hardest hit ball of the night so far in scoring position with the RBI doubles. Riley for the switch hitter, Johan Camargo. Camargo starts play tonight, just one hit in his last 21 at-bats. It was a homer against Zach Eflin yesterday that snapped him out of an 0 for 18. That's sent into shallow center, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Runners at the corners with one gone.
Off speed and a little drop shot here. Very tough on this changeup. Quinn goes back. Didi goes. Perfect placement.
Three base hits for the Braves on Arrieta's last 6 pitches. And here's Acuna now back to the top of the order with men at the corners. Acuna has saved some of his best work this year for his head-to-head nights with the Phillies. 3 of his 5 homers at Phillies' expense this season.
Arrieta looking for a double play. Ball has already induced 8 double plays this year, looking for his 9th.
One to Acuna.
We talked about studying body language, Matty. When you see a swing like this, back knee to the ground, he is not thinking base hit the other way. He's thinking damage and making this score 4-0.
That's the Reggie Jackson cover of Sports Illustrated super
We got 2 on.
Pass. 2 balls and a strike down to Ronald Acuna Jr.
I'm still getting a little set up here. We got the network guys with the play-by-play.
He had been so hot at the time he went on the IL with the wrist injury. In fact, it was against the Phillies in a doubleheader. He had a 5 for 8 doubleheader.
And here we are with 2 on for Acuna.
And then the injured wrist.
Let's stop and watch.
Widespread panic throughout Greater Atlanta.
Just low. Took a great hitter count here. 3-1 for Ronald Acuna Jr. with 2 on. We're in the second. There's 1 out. And the Braves are up by 1. So crucial moment here. Is the baseball gods look on. The pitch. Ooh.
And Acuña's aboard on ball 4.
They're going to say that as a ball. It looked like that was actually a strike, but bases are now loaded.
Caballo, ¿cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? Yeah, thank you.
For us and an earpiece, and we're going to try to establish contact with.
Are they going to do an interview during the game? The base is loaded.
Yourself.
That would really be annoying.
Acuña, ¿cómo está, amigo?
Thank you.
¿Me oyes, Acuña?
All right, I get it. Acuña's mic'd up, but Acuña doesn't speak English, so.
He's not having any of me right now. He's focused.
Give it another try.
Acuña.
He's trying.
I think he hears you.
Yeah, he's just ignoring me.
Okay.
Acuña's trying to focus on the game. He's on base, and the announcers are in his ear.
Player.
That is horrible.
Number 13.
ESPN, up yours.
I'm going to ask him where he got that 13 medallion. Great swag.
All right, so Acuña's aboard after.
If you're a
ball
player,
4,
that's got to be really
and
annoying.
That loads the bases for Dansby Swanson.
Strike to Dansby.
Arrieta comes right after him with a strike.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Or just leave the guy alone.
Good bases loaded numbers for
Shout out to Julia in the chat box. A-Rod is a terrible announcer.
He's been hot of late, having hit safely in 12 of 13.
And he should know better.
No career grand slams.
How'd you like to be on first base and you got A-Rod in your ear?
Looking for his first.
Riley doubled in the run. Camargo singled. And Acuña just drew the base on balls. That's the bases loaded scenario with one away. Two balls and a strike. The count to Dansby Swanson.
Bases are jammed for the Braves here. Foul.
2-2 now.
Good timing on the swing, but a little foul.
There's that cutter. Cutter away. Such an important pitch for him off the fastball. First pitch fastball strikes, and then working the cutter off the plate.
Pitcher taking the sign. Comes set. Runners take their lead.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
The pitch outside. Full count.
We're seeing Arrieta really careful with the right-handed batters in this.
All right, well, here's a situation for you. Bases loaded, 1 out, full count. Dansby Swanson at the plate.
And with Freeman on deck.
There's Riley over at first who got this started.
Pitch middle, thinking left center, right center.
Riley's at third. Acuña's at first. And the bases are juiced. The pitch, foul. 92 miles an hour. I was on the corner of the plate. He just had to just kind of flick it off into the outfield. He wasn't trying to do anything with that besides waste that pitch. Dansby stepping in. The 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Oh, just outside. Ball 4. How did he take that? Good eye. Dansby Swanson as Riley trots on in.
Close pitch here, but looking to go sinker in.
Yeah, the laser cam says that is a good call. That was a great pitch. I mean, that was... Whew, Greg Maddox would have got that call, but the laser cam does not lie. Ball 4. Ooh. It was probably he took it because it was it wasn't a fastball. So Freddie Freeman gonna foul that off.
So here's Freddie Freeman. He grounded
Bases still loaded.
With runners in scoring position dating back to 2015, he is a force. Top 10 in the National League in batting, on base, and OPS.
The 0-1 to Freddie Freeman. Downstairs. Little splitter slider thing there.
Swing and miss just doesn't seem to be there tonight for
Bullpen
Jake.
up for the Phillies.
We talked about some of his kind of statistical plateaus earlier. This is playing in with the contact.
The 1-1 to Freddie Freeman.
Higher than we're used to
downstairs. 93 on that fastball.
Yeah, we talked about
misses
Cubs,
low.
95, 96 with a 92-mile-hour cutter. When you're a power
2-1.
pitcher, you go down a couple ticks.
After this half inning, I'm going to get some zoom action set up. But right now, we've got the bases loaded in Philadelphia. Downstairs again. 3-1. Ho ho. Here is the situation.
232 home runs for Freeman, never.
And I'm not talking about that douchebag from the Jersey Shore. The situation.
Yeah.
That is the world's biggest douchebag, by the way. All right, 3-1 pitch. What's going to happen here? There is a high strike. 89 miles an hour, off speed, up in the zone. Freddie, that was not the pitch he was sitting on, so he'd let it go. Full count. So let's see if this pitcher's got the guts to throw a changeup. Because Freddie's probably sitting on the heater. And there it is, and he swings at it, and he grounds that into left field. Base hit. The left fielder can't handle it. He fumbles it, finally gets it in. 2 runs are going to score.
Acuna comes in to score. A 2-run double for Freddie Freeman. 4-0.
Freddie Freeman does it. There's a double. 2 RBIs.
So good right here. Classic Freeman, 3-2.
They may say one of those is an error, but 2-run score for the Braves. We take a 4-0 lead.
Just a beautiful tight stroke, inside out, staying inside that cutter, and not trying to do too much.
Not trying to do too much.
And then the bobble here. Takes his eye off the ball a little bit. Allows Freeman on the backside to get to second base.
Doesn't A-Rod have his own horrible team to go look after? And there's a chopper. It gets past the first baseman. The second baseman's in a foot bag to first, and he cannot get the runner out. A run scores as Ozuna legs out the infield hit. And I could hear those hamstrings popping all the way down first. So the first baseman, here's what happened. First baseman tried to make a play on it, could not get the ball. So it was up to the second baseman to not only field it, but to run all the way over to first to try to get the force. A good effort by the second baseman to try to get that play, but he had to field it and then run halfway between second and first, slide into first, and Ozuna beats it out. So another run scores for the Braves, and that's going to be it. Arrieta is done for the night. And the Braves take a commanding 5-0 lead, still just 1 out. And there are runners on the corners. So we're going to take a quick break during the Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. Tonight's show is sponsored by TreasureHunt.ga, and we got a 2011 World Series mug for the champion St. Louis Cardinals on sale. Check out that link in our description. Shout out to Mexican for Golovkin up in the house. Welcome aboard, son. And Julia says A-Rod is a bigger douche than the situation. Who is the biggest douche of all time? God, imagine going clubbing with those two guys. Can you say herpes? Oh, yeah. That's it for Jake Arrieta. He is toast. 46 pitches, 5 earned runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, no strikeouts, and those runners at first and third. He owns those guys. Those are his. Those are his. And I'm going to open up that Zoom meeting. I got a message from A-Bomb, our moderator at large, saying, dude, I hope you go live for this game tonight, brah. And I'm hoping A-Bomb will be a guest host tonight on the show. Stop in for a little while. I'm going to have that Zoom cranking soon. All you work-at-home people probably know a thing or two about Zoom by now. Oh, y'all zoomed out, and there's an inside-out base hit. That's going to go all the way to the corner almost. Can he leg it out for 2? No, that's going to be a single RBI. It is 6-0.
Great approach by Braves hitters all night. 92-mile-an-hour fastball in.
How you like me now?
Nice inside approach here by d'Arnaud.
d'Arnaud, a great pickup for the Braves. I think we found ourselves a good catcher.
Same as Acuna and same as Freeman earlier this inning.
He's had a hot bat all season, and he just hits it so hard the first baseman could not handle the line driver. So another RBI goes to Arrieta.
So here's Nick Markakis.
The handsome terrorist steps in, and on the first pitch, he swings and hits that right in the exact same place. And the right fielder bobbles it. Can Markakis turn that into a double? He does. Throw home. A slide is safe. He beats the throw. d'Arnaud scores. Holy shit. When you're hot, you're hot.
On attack mode. Markakis this time the breaking ball. And just a roller, get me over.
So Markakis stayed back on the changeup and just served that sucker line drive all the way to the corner, hitting the DraftKings sponsors, and they quickly get it home. And they're going to probably have to review this. Did he touch the base? d'Arnaud's ahead of the tag.
Nice slide.
I'm not going to review that, but it looks like he could have missed the bag. But all right, we're back underway. And there is a strike to Duvall. Hale is the new pitcher for the Phillies. Those last 2 runs belong not to him. Whew. What a wild inning for the Braves. Still just 1 out. A lot of damage done. It all started with Riley.
Saw that shot of Arrieta sticking around.
He'll probably get another at bat. This keeps that.
Going through his brain right now. Veteran pitcher with a regrettable short start tonight. He's an accountable guy. He's standing there watching at least through the end of the inning. A lot of guys would have been
swing and a miss at the changeup.
Indeed. On a warm, pleasant August night in Philly, a snowman on the scoreboard. A big fat 8.
How's the new guy looking? Those 2 guys combined would have more gel in their hair than the whole club. Hair gel guy. So some conversation going on in the chat box about hair gel. And that's going to be another base hit to right. Runners advance. No, that is not a base hit. What happened there? That's a sack. I was looking at the chat box for a second there, and the Braves hitting machine. Yeah, that is a sack, right field. So we now have a runner at third. So the runner moves from second to third on that, and that will bring up the guy who started this inning, Austin Riley.
And for Arrieta, only 46 pitches tonight, the lowest in his career for a start.
And Riley takes the fastball for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1-0 Riley. Swing and a miss to O'Reilly Auto Parts. 0-2 now.
just joined hours
So
ago.
Riley just looking for some contact here. Trying to avoid the strikeout. That's in the dirt. Bounces in front of the plate. Catcher's able to block that. Otherwise, the run would have scored. They're just joining us. The Braves have taken an 8-0 lead. I got in here a little late, and I was setting up, and I hit the live button just as we started scoring. Riley checks his swing on that low pitch, so the count will be 2-2 as Riley's trying to battle back from an 0-2 count.
This would have been one of those nights where the fans would have been taken completely out of it. Indeed. But, you know.
And the 2-2 pitch. Riley's going to hit that hard. The outfielder is retreating. Forget about it. It is out of here. He hit that a ton. That might have been 400 feet and change all the way to the concession stands for a tall, cold draft of Miller High Life.
And Riley continues to stay hot.
Exit velocity, 108, distance 425. So forget about that. Where did that land? That almost got to the concession stands. There's one guy out there. Guess he's an employee. And Camargo here. That's a ball. All right, nope. It's going to be called strike, 0-1. 10-0 Atlanta. Austin Riley up twice in the inning.
109 off the bat.
If you're an Atlanta Brave and you're in the lineup tonight,
now all of a sudden we've got a 10-run lead. All 10 coming here in the second.
If I was in the Braves lineup, I would be 0 for 5. I would be the only schmuck with no action.
A big 10 spot on the scoreboard. And there's going to be a shaggable fly ball. And the inning will come to an end. Or at least the top of the second is over. So the Braves, 10 runs, 9 hits. That's right. 10 runs in the top of the second for the Atlanta Braves. Wow. So I'm going to get this Zoom meeting open, so maybe we'll have a guest stop by during the show tonight. But let me get down to the chat box before we go to break, and I bet there's a lot of people flexing in the chat box. The cardboard cutouts are headed out to beat the traffic, folks. It's 10-0. Get your keys ready. Go ahead and start the car. That's fantastic. Oh, look at my Zoom screen there. What the hell is that? All right, well, let's just get to break. Phillies batting next.
Is this Ronald Acuna Jr. is being removed from the game, and he's kind of trying to rub his hamstring. We can't speculate because there's nothing official from the Braves at this point. We just know that Ender Inciarte has taken his place in center field.
And I'll tell you what you can tell, the international language. He is disappointed he's not playing. A kid who loves to play, wants to be out there, and not happy about going in. But for the Braves, very smart decision. You want to be safe. He is a big part of this, of the result of what happens to the Braves this year. Smart.
Well, they just got him back Wednesday after the
there you go.
IL stint because of the wrist injury.
I was making jokes about Ozuna's hamstring is when he got that infield base hit, but Acuna, precautionary removal from the game.
The Atlanta Braves has really kind of changed the feel of this one tonight.
Moderator at large, A-Bomb has shown up in the house. Welcome aboard, A-Bomb. That reminds me, I just posted the Zoom link. If anybody wants to do an inning, we'll let you in on the show. Just hit the Zoom link in the description of this video. And I better turn on the waiting room, otherwise those kids might show up again. Them obnoxious little whippersnappers. All right. So now the waiting room is open. So anyway, V2 Roxy says, "Show us the game." Well, dude, I just got out of YouTube jail for showing Taiwanese baseball, so no can do. We got Cavani in the house. Good thing I don't got Acuna on my team. Yeah, we hope Acuna's okay. If you're just joining us, Acuna has been removed from the game. He just left. Sounded like a hamstring or something. I'm not sure what's going on with Acuna. But dang, that does suck. I hope he's all right.
They said, you know what? We're going to play the long game here, not the short game. And with the Braves winning 10
And Julia reports that she's heard that the Braves are in talks with the Pittsburgh Pirates about Joe Musgrove.
One gone for Didi Gregorius.
Julia and Mexican for Golovkin always have some good takes on trades and some good suggestions for trades.
Try to chip away where you can.
You know, I don't know how I feel about this, but I have a weird feeling we're going to end up with Julio Teheran again. Good or bad.
Try to do too much, not throw any at bats away. Momentum can change with one pitch, one play. Don't get sloppy.
Gregorius sends a ball well hit out to right. Markakis will watch it, and that one flies. Solo shot for Sir Didi.
Home run, Phillies. 10-1.
Sure if Bryce Harper is still with us in terms of a microphone and an earpiece. Bryce, are you still with us?
Oh, I'm here.
All right, here we go. We'll ask you. I mean, stranger things have happened.
What did he?
Now a 9-run deficit.
Oh, nice.
What's the experience like when you're playing in a game like this?
These interview things are always so horrible.
In a night
Let's listen in, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is, you know, all these at-bats matter, all these innings matter, so.
All right, enough of that. It all matters. Whatever.
An inning, if they don't score, then that means, you know, 10-9 in the ninth.
All right.
I'll take it.
Meanwhile, there's a baseball game going on. 1 out in the bottom of the second.
Hopefully get 2 or 3.
Phillies just had a solo home run to bring them within 9. Gosselin batting.
You just say, hey, let's make it close. Anything can happen. Get a couple hits.
Comes in batting .354. And also we're keeping an eye out on Acuna, who's just left the game.
Atlanta's a great team. Everybody knows that. So.
That's a ball. 2-1 to Gosselin. And I'm bringing up my third monitor so I can monitor the chat room.
Let's talk about what was going right and still is going right. You guys have won 5 in a row.
Oh, look at that. I'm on YouTube. That's great. Cavani's got Freeman, McCutchen, Harper, Realmuto. I guess on his fantasy team, that's pretty good lineup roster there. He needs them to go crazy. He's looking for a big night out of those guys, huh? Daniel Ortega has entered the waiting room. Daniel wants to be on the show. All right, Daniel will bring us your hot take. Daniel's going to join us on the show now. Turn on your webcam and let us know what is on your mind. Let me bring your microphone up in just a sec here. And the pitch is going to be ground foul. Counts 0-2. Nope, that's going to be it. That's going to be an out. So I'm going to treat that as a bunt or something. Anyway, that will end the second inning. And just in time for Daniel Ortega to join us on the show. Well, Daniel, you're going to have to, you got to turn your stuff on there. Yeah, I think he waved. And he said goodbye. All right. Well, Daniel was here and he is gone. Because he was just testing the waters. So that's why the screen is gray in the corner. Because that's where you will be. That's the little corner for our guests. It's not a big screen, you know, but you got to start somewhere, right? So the Phillies get one back, and the Braves will be batting next. More play-by-play reaction straight ahead on the Bone Crusher Show, sponsored by treasurehunt.ga. In the description, you will find a link to our featured product tonight, a 2011 World Series Championship coffee mug for the St. Louis Cardinals. That is on sale now. All right, Braves up 10-1 as we come back to Philadelphia here. And it's going to be Dansby Swanson at bat. He's going to take a strike, 0-1. Now, we do have a feature where a new subscriber will come up on the screen. You hit the sub button, and that's a grounder. Second baseman's going to have that one, no problem, one away. But I think I had 7 new subscribers the day before yesterday, but none of those subscribers came. The animation didn't pop up on the screen. I think it's a privacy settings thing. So I'm going to do a test. Let's see if it works for me. Uh-oh. There it is. So, oh, hey, cat. The claw has arrived. The #1 cat on reaction television. Producer Beth Claus on TV. What's up, buddy? Yeah, that's a good guy. He's photobombing. All right, buddy. Go eat your dinner, bro. Freeman's gonna pull that one, but the shortstop has it on the shift. He was actually right at second base, basically. Thank you, Claw. I just have to worry about him stepping on the keyboard and like ending the show or something. We're going to a break already. We got 10 in the house. So go ahead and crush the like, smash the sub. Come on, cat. He's knocking shit down now. All right. Thank you, Claw. We better go to a break. I got my hands full here. The official store of the Bone Crusher Show is treasurehunt.ga. Thank you, Claw.
Around Major League Baseball. That second game is a final, as a matter of fact, now as the Yankees took both ends.
All right. We are back. Philadelphia batting now. Counts 0-1 with Roman Quinn at bat. That's a ball. 1-1. Pitcher for Atlanta is Malone. Quinn's batting .254. And he's going to break his bat. Swanson gobbles it up, fires to Freeman, who can't handle it. Freeman's glove comes off, the ball goes flying, and Quinn is safe. Listen, if you've got a hot take on tonight's game or a hot take on anything MLB, heck, a hot take on anything, go ahead and get in the Zoom waiting room, and we'll go to you at the break, and you'll get a full network break worth of time to go on a rant. Just got to hit that Zoom link. Right, Claw? This guy. Don't step on the keyboard, dude.
Andrew fly to center to start the bottom of the first inning tonight. He's hit safely in 7 of his last 11 games.
Yeah, that's the situation here, Broadcast Central.
Hoskins on deck, and then Harper with the leadoff hitter report here, home half of the third.
McCutchen batting, and I know our Our guy Cavani wants McCutchen to do well tonight. He's on his fantasy team, but honestly, I hope he hits into a double play right here. The 1-1 pitch, McCutchen swing and a miss at the 79-mile-an-hour breaking ball. All right, enough of the claw cam there.
Jamie Moyer asked, you see Quinn there, we're talking about his speed. Best sprint speed in baseball, 30.6 miles per hour.
Rumors of Lance Lynn being dealt, but Mexican for Golovkin does not think the Braves will try to land him. I need to come up with a shorter nickname for Mexican for Golovkin, because that is a mouthful. So I don't know if is there a nickname you would prefer, or maybe I need to just come up with something organically. Meanwhile, it's a full count now to McCutchen. Runner on first, nobody out. Bottom of the third, the Braves are up against the Phillies 10-1. Welcome aboard the Bone Crusher Show. And here comes the 3-2 from Malone. And McCutchen turns on that one and drives it into left field, and that's going to go off the corner of the wall. Duvall finally reels it in, but the runner does score. And that's a double for McCutchen. So there you go, Cavani. Your fantasy team should be happy there. RBI double. Now it's a 10-2 game.
And McCutchen waiting for it, and all over it. And watch Quinn run here. And put him up and put him down. Watch this.
What is up, Claw? Claw is back. He never left.
Yeah, he wasn't even in full gear. You know, he scored so easily. Him in second gear scores. Here's Hoskins now with Harper on deck. Hey, Bryce, if you can still hear us, when you're on deck, are you looking at your matchup? Are you watching?
Clayton Razzo in the house. So there's on your screen, you just saw a minute ago, the little animation says Bone Crusher subscribe. That's what's going to happen if you subscribe, as long as your privacy settings aren't super private.
Less is more. Yeah.
So Clayton Razzo in the chat box, welcome aboard. Clayton says, yeah, this score looks about right, LOL. You know, the Phillies are 14-14 coming into this game, so they finally got to 500. So I know Philly fans have to be feeling a little rejuvenated there. Their team scratching and clawing at 500. When you're playing 500 ball, you always have a chance to get towards the playoffs. And there's a breaking ball for a strike that locked up the batter. Hoskins caught with the off-speed stuff. Counts 2-1. Runner on second. Nobody out. What's up, Claw? And this guy back for more. What's up, Claw? He's like, you trying to do a game? I don't think so, man. I want some temptations. And there's a shot. There's a drive. Deep back and over the Yingling sign. Goodbye. 2-run homer for the Phillies. Shit. That's Hoskins. So it's 10-4 now. 412-foot homer. Exit velocity 107.9. Z107.9. And the no repeat workday. We promise not to play the same artist by the same song. We promise not to play the same song by the same artist between 9 and 5. All right. Well, we still have a 6-run lead to work with. Bryce Harper steps in. We got 8 in the house. Welcome aboard, everybody. Let's get a like check. We got 1 like. Is that it? Let me go to the official like tab over at YouTube. Yeah, 1 like. Come on, guys. Smash the like. Crush the sub. There's another like. Keep them coming. Hit the bell. You set the reminders just right. You'll be completely inundated with notifications from my channel, if that's what you're looking for. You'll be making sweet love with your lady down by the fire, and then they'll go, bring! Bone Crusher's got a new video. Bring!
Alex, when you have a game like this where one team has a huge advantage and then the other team starts scoring runs, when you have a lead...
1-1 count to Bryce Harper. Yeah, 5 likes now. There we go. That's what's up. That's boss. A-Bomb says 5 likes. Nobody out is what A-Bomb says. We still got nobody out because, man, oh, man. Yeah, still, you're right. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. A 1-2 count coming up to Bryce Harper. Malone's still in the game for Atlanta.
That one game was last Sunday night when we were on the air in Atlanta.
What are you meowing about? What's the problem, brah? You got food. You got everything you could ever want, cat. All right, the 2-2 pitch coming up to Bryce Harper right now. Swing and a miss. Sit down, Bryce. So there's our first out of the bottom of the third. And 5 likes, so keep those likes coming. Clayton, yeah, it's probably still a 60-game season, though I imagine if we get towards the end of the year and some, like, for example, the Phillies have played 4 games less than the Braves, so in a Corona season, if playing a game isn't going to matter, you know, is it going to affect the results? I mean, the stats this year really aren't that useful anyway. I could see us getting to the end of the season, and if there's still some games to be made up, those games not being made up. But unless someone, and we have some very knowledgeable people in the dugout, you guys might have may have more information on that, but last I heard it was still 60 games.
I mean, they've got cutouts everywhere, not just behind home plate, and they really do some fun.
Julia says, go braid your hair in the dugout, Harper.
They've got a lot of legendary Phillies sports teams.
Yeah, you know, the better the players do, the more they feel like they can wear their hair any way they want, they can dress any way they want, they can wear unruly beards, a bunch of gold. You know, but if you're a rookie just coming up, you know, you have a clean shave, a short haircut, you can set your watch to. You know, it's like the scene in Bull Durham where they're talking about the fungus on the flip-flops. It says when you're mowing them down in Yankee Field, winning 20 in the show, and you want to have fungus on your flip-flops, you can get away with it. Otherwise, all right, and there's going to be a duck snort to center for a base hit.
Give us the rivalry, the arch, the ivy, and playoff intensity. Give us the Cardinals and the Cubs on Sunday Night Baseball. Next Sunday at 7.
ESPN promoting the Cardinals Cubs Sunday Night Baseball, and they were showing pictures or some animations of Sosa, and I think McGuire as well. And whenever I see those two guys, all I can think about are steroids. You're not going to the Hall of Fame. Asterisk. Do you think Sammy Sosa should go to the Hall of Fame? Do you think either of those guys should go to the Hall of Fame? I do not feel like Sammy Sosa and any of those steroid guys should be in the Hall of Fame. And there is going to be another base hit for the Phillies, a single to right. Runners first and third now for the Phillies, just 1 out. It's 10-4. And we're leaving the door open for the Phillies. Is Malone still in there? Get Malone out of there.
To your point, Alex, and the Philly faithful,
They love it. They love it.
they won't let him in, but
Get Malone out.
hi, everybody. Buster's out there somewhere in that mix.
We got 4 in the house.
100 feet.
5 likes. Keep those coming.
I was talking to those guys before the game. Said that about 50 to 100 of them will gather.
Yeah, Palmero. Yeah, definitely roids.
Going crazy, having all kinds of fun out there. It's become a regular part of the Phillies game experience. You guys remember that moment when Aaron Boone, the Yankees manager, went out to complain to the umpires because every time a Yankee pitcher was throwing a pitch, they would blow
Looks like a few people bailed from the game on us. Maybe they didn't like
out the ballpark.
me putting down Sammy Sosa and McGuire.
Do what they want, as long as there's no lawless.
Heck, and I've had this conversation with A-Bomb before. Let's have an all-steroids league. Let's see what the human body can do.
The Padilla Flotilla and the Wolf Pack.
They could make the stadiums bigger. You know, the playing field could be bigger. It could be, 400 feet to left field.
Question. They were out there like 90 minutes before the game.
All right, first and third. Braves really need to go ahead and get this bottom of the third out of the way before the Phillies can get any closer.
Here's Gregorius now with runners at the corners. 3 runs
A lot of offense so far if you're just joining us.
scored last inning.
14 total combined runs between these two teams, and we're in the bottom of the third. And it's Gregorius batting now, who has 1 home run on the night. Outside, 2-0.
The count to Gregorius.
And just 1 out right now. Come in with 418 subscribers on the Bone Crusher channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 and enable that super chat. You can see the progress bar on the screen there. That's how far we have left to go.
Runners at the corners with only 1 away.
And there's going to be a rip to right field. Will it stay fair? It is fair, and that's in the corner. Hard to handle. It ricochets down there like a pinball machine. 2 runs will score for the Phillies. And that is going to be a triple for Gregorius. And there's a lot of Philly fans outside the stadium looking through some windows, some glass, or some bars or something. There's, I mean, just on camera, like 20 people all huddled up over there, not social distancing. I couldn't see if they were wearing some protective mask or something. But Philly fans, yeah, and that was are outside the stadium watching on, and that was just barely fair. That's tough. And get Malone out of there. We need to get the call to the bullpen. That will do it for Malone and everyone's favorite Atlanta Braves reliever, Luke Jackson, is coming in. Don't tell Sergeant Gibby, don't tell Finka Mastinka, but this boy, Luke Jackson, is coming into the game. So that is the Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. No nog, no entry says it ain't over yet. You got that right, son. As the Phillies trying to get back into this game. All right, that is a call to the bullpen, so let's take a quick break. I'm going to go reload on my drinks. Time to wet this whistle. Bone Crusher Show sponsored by treasurehunt.ga, and we have a link in our description to our featured item tonight, a collectible 2011 World Series Championship mug for the St. Louis Cardinals. Speaking of the Cardinals, and it comes with 10 cc's of anabolic steroids. No Dog, no entry says, yes, bring on Luke, baby. We finna come back. And what the fuck just happened? I came back late. It's 10-6. What? It's 10-7. Okay. 10-7. Shit. I was getting producer Beth an ice cream bar out of the freezer, and the Phillies score again. So a 3-run game. So that was a grounder to Riley, who decided to get the sure out at first. So there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd. And you're right, no nog, no entry. This thing is not over. Cavani's fired up. Philly fans are trying to help their team come back here. Man, who would think he could come back from a 10-0 lead? And that's pulled foul, 0-1. But you know what? You get the National League is now the American League because we got the DH now. And mathematically, statistically, that doesn't account for everything we're seeing here. But yeah, these are American League scores. You're not going to see as many 2-1 games, for example. And that gets away from the pitcher, or excuse me, from the catcher. Darno has to track that down, and that will allow, even though it's a strike, is that a strikeout, but the runner runs to first situation? Man. Nothing going our way tonight all of a sudden. As much as we own the top of the 3rd, it's totally opposite. Yeah, that was the ball bounced in front of the plate. The batter swung and missed at that. It gets away. The catcher, Darno, has to run about 10 yards, pick it up, and by then the Phillies runner is safe on the strikeout. So, wow, you don't see that very often. And immediately a swing and a base hit for the Phillies. Shit. First and second, 2 out. Phillies being very aggressive offensively. We know they've got the bats for that. Luke Jackson's slider not working.
Yeah, sorry, that just fell out of my ear. No, that's okay. We appreciate you sticking around with us. I know it's tricky with the batting.
Welcome to T-Burns down in the dugout. Great game so far. It's a wild game, I'll tell you what, T-Burns. All right, guys, make sure you like and hit the subscribe button for me. And if your privacy settings aren't locked down, you'll probably see your name show up on the screen as an animated graphic. Kind of like this one. Yeah, see? It'll look like that. Yeah, I know. Pretty fucking exciting, right? The future is now. All right, 2 on, 2 out. McCutchen at bat again in the bottom of the 3rd. And that's going to be backhanded by Darno. That could have been a wild pitch. These pitchers have got to keep that stuff. You know, every other pitch, it seems like, it requires a huge defensive effort by the catcher to keep that in front of him. We're seeing a lot of stuff in front of the plate this season overall, I'd say. It's just been 2-0 pitch to McCutchen. And that's going to catch the outside corner, 2-1. 95 miles an hour from Luke Jackson. Cavani says they need to get Harper off the damn mic. They distracting him from hitting. He's 0-2. Yeah, they were doing that to Acuna Jr. as well, who left the game. I think possibly a hamstring injury. We're waiting to get word on that. Let me know if y'all hear what happened to Acuna. But Acuna just started ignoring A-Rod. A-Rod was trying to talk to him while he was on first base, and Acuna just... So who? A-Rod who? Son, I'm trying to play a game. Made A-Rod look a little silly. Because it had to be A-Rod because, you know, Acuna is not bilingual, so A-Rod got to use his Spanish. And there is a strike. Full count now to McCutcheon. Yeah, I've turned on the volume. I don't know what they're saying, talking to Harper about. But that is got to be distracting. And there's going to be a well-hit ball. Riley, though, is going to field it and fire to first in time to finally, mercifully, bring the bottom of the third to an end. So in the third inning, the Braves put up 10 and the Phillies put up 7. 17 combined runs in one inning. That is pretty stout. I don't know what the record is. That's probably not a record, but that is a very significant number. All right, well, we will leave the Zoom room open. If you look in the description of the video, there is a link to Zoom that'll send you to the waiting room. And then if you have a hot take, a rant, or anything you want to say, comment on the game, give some shout-outs. You know, you can say shout-outs to your boy. I want to take a moment to give a shout-out to producer Beth, to our moderator A-Bomb, and to NyQuil, and my boy Ray Ray, and to Stevie, who just got out of jail today. What's up, Stevie? To all my homies up on the east side. A-Bomb says, no one wants to hear players wired for sound. Yeah, there really isn't a good place in the game to do that sort of stuff. I mean, maybe in a rain delay. If you're in a rain delay, bring on the interviews. Yeah, you're right, Mexican for Golovkin. You know, they'll be talking about nonsense, and then something will happen in the game, a big play, and the guy they're interviewing doesn't realize it. And it's always like some general manager, and someone's just yapping away, talking about something mundane, and they miss a whole huge moment. Hate when that happens. Be sure to sync us with your television. We're probably 30 seconds, maybe a minute behind the live feed on ESPN, so you might have to pause your TV or your Devo or your your TiVo, your DVR, if you have that. Now, A-Bomb has made the statement last week that he will be doing a game this week. He's been working late, so he may have to join it in progress. But I know a lot of his fans have been clamoring. Every time I come on, they ask me, well, when's A-Bomb coming back? So A-Bomb, one of the premier talents in the play-by-play reaction genre, as the Braves come up to bat here in the top of the fourth. And now, originally, Sports Live in the ATL was supposed to do the game tonight. At least he had that on his YouTube channel. He put that up like 2 days ago. Here's the pitch to Marcel. 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be a chopper foul. And even though there's no, agreement we have with him, there is a little courtesy that if he's doing the game that I'm not going to. I think there is some of that courtesy. And my camera's flapping around there. But if it was a game I wanted to do and he was doing it too, I would still do it. Most of the time. I mean, his fans don't watch my channel, so it's not like I'm stealing his viewers. That's low. 1-2 to Zuna. Now, I was looking at Sports Live in the ATL Slita. I was looking at his YouTube wall, and there was a video there posted. Test results are back. I didn't watch that video because I don't want to invest myself, And Azuna pulls that foul, still 1-2. Because if it was something bad, I'd have to comment, get well. So I don't know what's going on with him. I hope his health is fine. I hope that's not why he did not do the game tonight as he had planned. And if I were him, I would check for radiation exposure. I know he's got that protostar in his kitchen. That would probably be the first thing I would look into. That's a definite radiation exposure risk there. Another foul from Ozuna, still 1-2 here in the top of the fourth. Braves with a 3-run lead. It means Philly fans are drinking extra PBR or maybe some Schlitz tonight. What's some stereotypes of people from Philly? They probably drink shitty beer. What else? What's a good? Of course, the cheesesteak is, and they're showing live shots of outside the stadium of these Philly fans. Some of them have masks on. Some of them they're on ladders watching the game. They're getting drunk. These white people got nothing else to do, but Ozuna's going to pop that straight up. Third baseman will get under that for out number 1. Tactical money in the house. Welcome, Tactical. He says, I am so mad. What's up? Why are you mad? You mad because of the 7-run lead we gave up? Or the 10-run lead we gave up? And Pascal Ordonez in the house from Chihuahua. Welcome aboard from the Alkaline Flats, the Chihuahua Desert, the Badlands of Mexico. They've got those X radio stations in Mexico. In America, you can go 100,000 watts on your radio station. That's the most the FCC will give you. But man, back in the day, those blaster stations from Mexico they'd be 500,000 watts cranking into central United States as d'Arnaud takes a ball. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. A big swing and a miss. d'Arnaud had a huge cut there. And Wolfman Jack got a big start at some of those stations. And they say that birds would drop dead if they got too close to it. And that you could take a light bulb in the room and the light bulb would light up without screwing it in. d'Arnaud takes that one inside, 2-1. Worst trade ever. Who got traded? You know something I don't? Tactical? Did a trade go down tonight? There's plenty of horrible trades you could be lamenting about in the history of the Atlanta Braves, but, there's a ball. 3-1. So hitter count coming up. To d'Arnaud. Big swing and a miss. 3-2. Full count. He was thinking home run. They'll have another hitter's count here. There's a grounder foul. 10 in the house. Welcome aboard, everyone, to the Bone Crusher Show. Smash the like. Murder the sub. The pitch. Low. Outside. Walk. 1 out, 1 on. Let's see if the Braves can put up another 10 spot here. All right, some recent trades. Let's see. We've got Padres acquire Mitch Moreland from Boston and reliever Trevor Rosenthal from Kansas City. The Cubs acquire Jose Martinez for 2 players to be named later. And the Rockies acquire Givens, a relief pitcher from Baltimore, for outfielder Tyler Nevin and infielder Taryn Vavra. Oh, wow. All right, that got me a little off sync there with the game. Let me resync here. Okay. Braves have a runner on first. Nick Markakis batting. 1-0 count. Sorry if you were synced up and you got thrown off there. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be a strike right down the pipe. Fastball right in the middle of his wheelhouse. And you let it sail on by. 1-1 to Markakis. Oh, is that what was that guy's name? Okay, tactical. That's where he came from. Yeah, he got rocked today in the bottom of the third, that's for sure. And Markakis is going to get a base hit right up the gut for a soft sort of single to center. Runners first and second with 1 out.
Well, it would be, and I think in that case, it could only happen if the White Sox were to essentially overpay. But when we talk about teams that are clearly all in and trying to win, even this unusual 2020 season, White Sox are in that mix. There's no doubt about it in terms of how aggressive Jerry Reinsdorf, their owner, has been since the beginning of the last offseason.
Yeah, for me, one of the really interesting guys out there is Lance Lynn, really a guy that's very durable. 32 straight starts with over 100 pitches. He can help a team big time down the stretch.
Yeah, you got to believe that the Braves are one of those teams.
2 on, 1 out. And that is going to be hit to deep right field, to the track in front of the wall, and there is an out. Runners should be able to advance to third. So 2 away, runners on the corners for the Braves. I did not see who that was batting for us there.
Very good at keeping cards close to the vest. And we know that the Braves have a really good developmental minor league system. What they're willing to part with is...
But here comes, it's Austin Riley. Austin had 2 hits, including an epic blast, 425-yard home run in the third. So he got on base twice in the third and scored twice. And there's a low strike. 0-1 to Riley. Fastball.
Yeah, and Buster, I know how much you like Braves GM Alex Anthopoulos. He's as creative. He's done a fantastic job here with veteran players and young players.
Everybody, please resync us with your TV. I do apologize for any issues with the sync. So that's fouled off 0-2. I think what I did is I guess I paused it for a second so I could read those trades, and then I fast forwarded it back, but it seems like it missed something there. All right, the 0-2 pitch to Austin Riley. Downstairs, 1-2. I think he was behind 0-2 when he clawed back, then had a home run. McLean is your pitcher for the Phillies. He's got 23 pitches on the night. The 1-2 to Riley. Downstairs, just missed. Good eye. That looked like a very hard slider, maybe. And that's certainly a pitch that's been giving Riley trouble, so that is a tough one to lay off of right there, but he did. 2-2. McLean kicks and fires. That is outside. Oh, come on. Bad call. Shitty call. The laser cam. The laser strike zone says not even close, but the umpire rings up Austin Riley. You know, there were people like over in the Braves Facebook group that are like, hey, if you're not on board with the designated hitter, you're a grandpa, you're a boomer. If you're not on board with the new home run rules, you're just old-fashioned, or sorry, the new extra inning rules, you're just old-fashioned, you need to get with the times. You know, it's not 1922 anymore. All right, if you're willing to embrace that, you need to embrace the laser strike zone. Let's get these calls right. Let's get these calls consistent. Let's head down to the dugout here. Cavani says, "I feel bad for you, Tactical." I think Cavani's a Phillies fan. We got to send a prospect over to Baltimore. You're right, Tactical. And how many times have the Braves traded away young and up-and-coming talent over the last 20 years to pick up a veteran that's only going to be around for a year or two? You think of guys like Gerald Williams, Jason Hayward. I mean, even Frank Gore. I know he was not the player he was. We had hoped he would be. You know, his career was okay, but he did have a 14-year major league career, very productive. He could have. That is easily someone who could have stayed with the Braves for his whole career. You know, those guys. You know, maybe there's a couple of seasons where they really don't fit what their Braves are trying to do, and they go ahead and trade him. But what other players can you think of that the Braves traded away for some short-term games? They traded away a player who went on to had a very successful or decent a career with longevity. They were in the majors for over 10 years. So that as a fan, that kind of thing makes it harder to go watch the game. You're not rooting for players anymore. You're rooting for a jersey. It's one of the problems with free agency. You know, you want people to get paid and all, but I think that's overall hurt the game. Very few franchise players left. You look up and down the Braves lineup, you got Freddie Freeman, and there's some chin music from Luke Jackson as he dusts Hoskins, who had a home run. I don't know, what was that? That didn't look like an accident. Was Hoskins showboating on his home run or something? What happened there? Maybe that did get away from Jackson a little bit. Chin music to Hoskins. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the fourth, 10-7. A-Bomb making the statement right now that he's going to pick up one of those Braves-Boston games this week. Very nice, very nice. Tactical says we took Matt Adams off the roster just for Tommy Malone. So is like a demotion, or is just a one-night thing? Adams will probably be back. I haven't looked at that situation with Tommy Malone, but yeah, Tommy, he was gone in the bottom of the third tonight. That's fouled back. 2-2 count to Hoskins. Tactical says we should not have signed Cole Hamels. Harper on deck. 2-2 to Hoskins upstairs.
Hoskins seeing the ball really well. 4 extra base hits.
Smash the like. Pound the sub. Let me get the Zoom room back open. It closed due to 40 minutes of inactivity. And there's a walk to Hoskins. We got trouble brewing. And Harper's mic'd up for sound. I hope the announcers start talking to him like in the middle of a play. And he screws up. I would try to hack that frequency and start chirping at these players at crucial moments and be like, don't miss, don't miss. Your shoe's untied. How can we do that? How can we hack that? I mean, is that radio frequency? What are they doing? They do Bluetooth? What is that? All right, Harper batting now.
Harper for the Phillies was an
And he's going to
outstanding move.
take a strike, 0-1. Change up, locked him up.
First of many big checks that managing partner John Middleton has promised to write fan base. JT Realmuto is going to be on the market unless they wrap him up now, and that's not going to be cheap. Jake Arrieta came on board with a big deal. Andrew McCutchen.
Matt Adams designated for assignment. Thank you for the update, Tactical. He's got a big bat. Cavani wants the homer for Harper. Harper is not going to get the home run here. Ain't going to happen. If Harper hits a home run here, you know what I'll do, Cavani? I'll drink a shot of Crown Royal Black Label and toast you. 0-2 pitch. Low inside, 1-2. My liver is on the line. 11 in the house. Welcome aboard, everyone, to Sunday Night Baseball. Smash the like. We got 5 likes. Thank you very much. Keep those likes coming. Crush the sub.
John Middleton, one of the most respected owners in the game, has been very consistent about winning, doubling down, reinvesting in this team, in this community, and bringing Bryce Harper here. I mean, this is the gift that's going to keep on giving, and has brought a halo around.
Big City, Matt Adams.
When you have a guy like this, you have the national attention on you all the time, and that's great for Philly baseball and Philly baseball.
All right, Hoskin takes his lead. 2-2 pitch coming up to Harper. Nobody out. How about a double play for Luke Jackson here? Harper's going to hit that foul.
Count 0-2, and then fouls off a 2-2 pitch, so still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Harper. 1 for 9 in the series so far.
Jackson comes set.
Hoskins reached on the walk. Here's the next.
Here's the windup and the pitch in the dirt. Durno stays in front of it. Full count.
Bryce mentioned to us how many breaking balls they've been throwing. He wanted to stay really patient. You have a 3-2 count. He told us he got 8 breaking balls in a row. So if you're him right now.
Great convo in the dugout. Appreciate it, guys. Some good information down there. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. In the dirt. Ball 4.
Circle back to the conversation around the payroll in Philly.
2-1.
Managing partner John Middleton, a quote that got a lot of run in November. We're going into this.
At least I don't have to do a shot at Crown Royal
Be a little stupid about it.
with a Shasta Chaser.
Said that with some leverage involved, but man, that quote made the rounds. And here are some of the big.
Where they're showing the roster and how much these guys are getting paid for the Phillies. The Phillies have a lot of money invested in some of these guys. Man,
Fans would like to think that JT Realmuto will stick around.
I think they just flashed a $500 million up on the screen.
Very timely.
And the drunk bucket brigade outside the stadium
And Bryce Harper thinks
is they're having a big COVID party outside the stadium with these Philly fans.
and everything you hear about this young man, he's the complete package. He works hard.
And they're holding the sign that says "Signed JT." I guess they want Real Muto
Behind the plate.
signed to a contract. But man, from what I just saw, I don't know if they can sign anybody else that cost anything.
Long run. And here's the other thing. This young man's body projects well over the next 3 to 5 years. So he's money good.
All right, the 1-1 pitch to JT. He's going to go the opposite field pretty deep. Inciarte has it for the out. Runner advances to third. I think that was Inciarte in for Acuna.
At the corners with
And Acuna was taken out early, around the third. Announcers theorize it might be a hamstring, but I still don't know. Or was that Markakis out in right field? Yeah, that's Markakis out in right field. My bad. So Inciarte's at center.
Two teams in Major League history have trailed by 10 or more runs in the first or second inning of a game and come back to win.
Welcome to the dugout, Meme Caleb. Meme says hi. Sup?
In 1989, and I remember that deficit gave
A-Bomb crushed 11,000 steps today. 5.39 miles. 571 calories. Good work. 571 calories. That's like 1.5 donuts. That's probably a much calories you'd get in maybe a muffin and a mocha frappuccino blast. But counting calories is a great way to control your weight. And Luke Jackson gets a strike in there. 1-1. So 2 on for the Phillies, 1 out. Luke Jackson still needs that double play. The tying runner is at bat in Segura. And I'll be giving my weight loss health tips in just a moment. But first, the pitch. There's a strike. 1-2. Fastball just on the edge. Nip the plate. So I don't know if you're calorie counting, A-Bomb. I know you're counting the calories you burn. But calorie counting is a good way to kind of reset your diet. I'll explain why. 1-2 pitch, outside 2-2. And when you're counting calories, and I've done this where you have to say, okay, I'm only going to eat, say, 2,300 calories today. And you have to track what you're eating. And when you get to the end of the day, like, man, I've only got like 100 calories I can eat for the whole rest of the night. You know, so you can't have donuts, you can't have this, you can't have that. You're like, well, what can I eat? Next thing you know, you're snacking on carrots and apples and shit, just so you can eat something. And there's a slow chopper foul. And the runner was moving from third too. So it kind of trains you, like if you're looking at a Snickers bar, you're like, oh, I could eat that. That's going to use up a lot of calories. It's kind of like the Richard Simmons deal-a-meal. So your mind gets in the mindset of saying, well, I want to eat as much food as I possibly can without going over my calories. So you want to you'll want to consume as much as you can, and then by force you're having to make choices, healthier choices. And there's going to be a dribbler past this sliding Dansby Swanson. A runner will score for the Phillies. What happened, Dansby? So it's a 2-run game now. Yeah, we're hoping the same thing, Mexican, for Golovkin, that Acuna isn't hurt too bad. So hopefully we'll have an update on him. And hopefully it's good news, but I haven't heard anything since they pulled him out in the third. And Cavani has been timed out from our moderator, A-Bomb, 300 seconds. He's going into quiet time. Rutrow. I got to scroll up, see. A-Bomb had to put Cavani, had a delete message by, wow, A-Bomb, our moderator, has been working hard on Cavani, so I missed that, but we got the hardest working moderator in the business cracking skulls down in the chat box. You get out of line, A-Bomb is going to put you in timeout, so some drama down in the chat box, maybe. That's how it rolls. All right, we are in a break. Is it a pitching change? Are they going to pull Jackson out of there?
Before Sir Didi can dig back in, a pitching change for the Atlanta Braves.
Luke Jackson is out. It might be AJ. Acuna was pulled out of the game, Clayton, in the third. And we only... the announcer thought it might have been his Achilles or his hamstring or something like that, but don't know. Okay, that was unintentional. Abe sending his condolences to Cavani. So, yeah, sorry about that, Cavani. I didn't know what had happened, but you'll be back in action shortly. It was only a 300-second silence imposed by A-Bomb. You know, sometimes you just have to keep the fear of God into the people in the chat box, you know. Kind of like a fire drill or something. Tactical Room confirms he was removed for right hamstring tightness. All right, it's a 2-run game. Back action with AJ. Is that AJ pitching now? Looks like Minter's. I don't know who it is. Everyone is number 42. So, yeah, it's AJ Minter. Comes in with a .84 ERA in 12 games. 11 strikeouts in 10 2/3 inning. And an important situation here, and we're only in the 4th. Here's a guy that could become a closer. There's a outside pitch called a strike. That was definitely not a strike, but counts 0-2 to Gregorius. The pitch outside. I've got a new accessory for my cell phone from the dollar store. I'll give you all a shot of that. Let's see what this is. It's a little stand for my cell phone. Let me see if I can get the camera on it there. Yeah, so you can watch TV in bed with that. Keep an eye on the chat room. It's a pretty good investment for $1. All right, the 1-2 pitch coming up to Gregorius. AJ kicks and fires. That's going to be pulled foul. He's trying to turn on an outside pitch, so not well stroked. AJ trying to get the sign. They finally decide on a pitch. Here comes the 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2.
And Matty, no, I'm not walking to the city. I don't care what kind of comfortable shoes I have.
Plus, it's already 10-8. Now, if you'd said at 10-0, if you'd said if Philly wins this, I'm walking home.
Yeah.
Working slowly. Minter's looking for the sign from Darno.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Didi Gregorius.
The pitch. Pop foul. Still 2-2. And Tactical's got a lot of info on our injured players, on trades. What a great resource for knowledge. If you have any breaking news, Tactical or A-Bomb, If anyone has any breaking news, feel free to crush that Zoom link in the description and join us on the show.
Back in New York, really got on top of the plate. Carlos Beltran was also very helpful. You can see how close he's on the plate right now. He choked up a little bit.
All right.
He looks for middle in. Anything
Minter comes set, checks the runner, kicks and fires a 2-2 pitch. That could have been a wild pitch. That was outside low and flying away from Darno, but he grabs it and full count now.
Yeah, under Kevin. And Joe defers to Kevin a lot with a lot of his teaching methods, a lot of his hitting philosophies.
Joe Dillon, very respected hitting coach.
Tactical reporting that Ozzie is going to miss the Red Sox series.
For Didi from a comfort level point of view.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gregorius.
3-2 pitch. Nope, he is going to check the runner at second, make Harper head back to second base.
I heard the same kind of terminology that I've heard from you when it comes to saving your knockout punch, not always swinging with your knockout punch, right? A boxer has 3 punches in his bag of tricks.
That's right.
The jab, the straight, and the knockout punch.
Yeah.
You don't always have to swing for the knockout punch to hit a home run in baseball.
Full count. The pitch. And that's going to be popped up high, but Markakis is going to get under that. Runner stays put at second. So 2 away.
A golfer, you have
Needed that.
a 7-iron, a lob wedge, and you have to do a cut.
Are you back with us, Cavani? A-Bomb's worried he may have Don't worry, A-Bomb. He's a Phillies fan, so
And a championship
he probably has a tough jaw.
player. I always think about
He can take a few punches.
Johnny Damon, guys that can put the ball in play and hit situational hitting.
Tactical going to go check out the Acuna situation. And get Acuna over to the Chinese massage. Let him work on that hamstring a while.
Back in third in that 5-run inning.
Oh, Minter checks runner back at second again.
Well, I got more marks on this scorecard than I know what to do with.
Have you ever been to Chinese massage parlor? I went to one, and they had a sign in the room
Phil Gosselin had a lot
that basically said no boners allowed.
guy. The area, as Joe Girardi explained to us earlier. And he has signed as a free agent with the Phillies not once but twice.
So you're sitting there in your underwear while you get a full body massage from some 50-year-old Chinese lady, and you're not allowed to get a boner against the rules.
Starts of his career in 2020.
1-0 pitch is fouled back. 1-1 to Gosselin.
Girardi told us before the game he couldn't go anywhere in Philadelphia in his first.
All right, tactical back already and not bringing good news. Looks like Acuna could miss some time here.
From the area. He's one of our guys. Local favorite, big batting average, best in the team.
You know, the hamstring stuff, you expect it with the older guys, not so much with the young guys like Acuna. And there's a strike, 1-2 from Minter. 95 on the gun.
Missed the strike zone.
Fastball here. Getting the call.
Though the laser strike zone says that was not a strike. Hey, if you want the DH, if you want that extra inning stuff, and you say if you don't like that, you're a boomer, get with the times, then you also should probably be in favor of the laser strike zone. And that is downstairs. 2-2 is the count.
Inning started out with Hoskins and Harper drawing walks. Realmuto hit a fly ball. Segura
Harper on second. Also a runner on first, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the fourth.
2 strikes to count to Gosselin.
2-2 pitch. And that's going to be it to right field, foul. Man, right down the pipe too. That Minter's lucky because that was right down the heart of the plate. We are 2 hours into this game, and we're only in the bottom of the fourth. We might let the network take over some play-by-play for a half inning or so. Let me rest my pipes. All right, the pitch. There's a strike. Sit down. That will end the bottom of the fourth. Phillies get one more. So it is Atlanta 10, Phillies 8. The Braves batting next. Tonight's play-by-play reaction show is sponsored by treasurehunt.ga. If you look in the description of our show tonight, you'll see a link to get our featured item, a souvenir coffee mug commemorating the 2011 World Series championship of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Baseball players, right? Congratulations to Freddie Freeman and his wife Chelsea, who posted this on Instagram. Twins en route. Sharing the good news, visiting with Bryce Harper earlier tonight. There have been so many runners on base tonight. I think everybody's had an opportunity to share some personal details of their life with Freddie. Top half of the fifth. Really sailing right along tonight.
I think Freddie rather practice a little social distancing at first base.
Yeah, right.
He didn't want that much traffic.
There's Johan Camargo to lead things off. And Camargo's got a base hit, maybe more. His second hit of the night. Guy that started play 1 for his last 21.
Little change up right here. Fading away. There you see the circle change. And Camargo hits it nicely the other way. Good pitch, better hitting. Line to line. And you do that enough, and they'll start taking the shift away, Matty.
We're going to have a pitching change as McLean's night is done. We'll be right back.
What were you drinking? Isn't that Johnny Walker? What is that?
Crown Royal.
Oh, Crown Royal.
Mr. Middleton, as he is referred to around here, signing autographs. He's a man of the people for sure.
That's great.
It's something that Bryce Harper knows. Bryce found the earpiece on the warning track and has rejoined us. We appreciate that, Bryce. I can't believe you found it, by the way.
Yeah, me neither, actually. Must be my lenses I got on.
Hey, Bryce, I see you looking at that card. I never had one of those. What's on that card?
So it tells me where to play. I was so bad in DC that when I came here, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna have to tell you how to play," and I said, "Okay." No, I'm just kidding. No, but it tells you, it pretty much tells you where to play the guy and where to shade him and things like that. So.
And does it also have counts with 2 strikes, 1 strikes?
No, I mean that's usually Pac. He'll like signal out to us or something with what he thinks we should do, depending on who's hitting or who's on second or third or situation. So, but it's usually just stay where you're at, and then if they do have a situation they want you to move in, then they'll holler over and they'll move us.
When you broke in 2012, your rookie year, there were no cards for outfielders then. When did that start for you? At what point of your career?
When I got here, actually. Yeah, last year. I don't remember the Nationals doing it. I didn't really have a card or anything. I might have, but I don't remember as much there doing it. But when I got here last year, I mean, I owe lots of Pac, man. He gets me out here daily, at least once a series or so, and he works with me and things like that. He does a great job with me. So, I mean, he really wants me to be good, and I really appreciate all the effort he's given me. Since I've been here, so it's been really good.
And Bryce, you're talking about Paco Figueroa, the first base coach. He's from Miami. I think he'll be a future manager. Just a great guy, great energy. I'm glad he's helping you out.
Yeah, I mean he's awesome. Definitely a future manager. I mean he knows the game really well. He understands the guys too. I think that's the big thing. I mean he wants so much out of the guys. He wants what's best for the guys. He wants you to work hard and things like that. And I mean, he's a guy that's he's got your back each night, and that's what you want in a manager. That's what you want in a person. I mean, he's a great guy, and I was thinking.
Joe Romero.
But I mean, he.
Go ahead, Bryce.
Go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
No, that's all. Dude,
you're on fire, man.
You're better than I am at this.
We got a 3-man booth. I love it.
There goes Joe Romero with a ground ball to third base. Throws that Dansby by a couple feet.
I love it. I love it.
We got 2 on with the most underrated player in the game right here.
Bryce, talking about underrated, your IG account, Instagram, is very underrated. Now you're studying, talking about Instagram, and you're the 3rd man in our booth. Give me your handle real quick, because you got one of the sickest Instagram follow in sports.
You're going to hate me right now? I'm trying to think if it's Bryce Harper 3, I think, at Bryce Harper 3. I'm pretty sure.
I'm always bothering you on DM and messing with you, and you're always great to get back, so I love it.
No, I appreciate that.
Ball and no strikes to Freddie Freeman. Bryce referred to as the most underrated player in sports. Certainly, we wouldn't disagree with that. We talked about last weekend, Bryce, how Freddie Freeman is a star in Atlanta for sure and in baseball circles, but he might be the best player that casual fans don't know much about, and his plate appearances tonight are a part of that. 2-run double in the 2nd. He leads. You write him down for 300 average, 30 homers, 90+ RBIs every year. 4-time All-Star, and he'll go down as one of the franchise all-time greats in Atlanta by the time it's over with, no doubt.
100%. I mean, I think the thing about Freddie too, I mean, him and Rendon are my most underrated players because they have such good at-bats. They're never out of it. They're always in control of their at-bats. And I mean, he plays an unbelievable first base. Sorry about that. He plays an unbelievable first base too. So I mean, it's just he's an all-around player. He's really, really good. He's a great person, teammate. I mean, he's the star of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, and every single fan down in Atlanta loves him. And I think every team, loves him as well. And I think you're going to see that this year if they don't extend him, that he's going to get a little bit of money and go somewhere, pretty cool. So.
Hey, you weren't wrong when you called him a third baseman, by the way. Remember a few years ago.
He did play third. How about that? You remember that?
Yeah, he volunteered to go over there, and he had been on what we referred to as the DL back then. He was hurt, and still said, you know what, guys, if you need me over there, I'll go risk everything, and I'll play a position I have never played in the big leagues.
Who was the first baseman that moved over there? Who was that sign?
Oh man, I don't. We'll find that out. There was somebody that they wanted to get.
Somebody came over there, and that's why he started playing third base. It was a big bat, I think, at the deadline or something. He came. Was it No, it wasn't. God, who? I don't know. I'm not sure who it was.
We got people that can look that up.
Who was the first baseman with the White Sox this year, and they got traded?
Was it Yonder Alonso?
Or now he's with the White Sox. Was it Yonder?
Matt Adams. That's who it was.
Huh. I would have never guessed that one.
Matt Adams came over from the Cardinals, I believe.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Late in the year.
So Freeman's aboard after ball 4. And Marcell Ozuna scheduled. A quick pitching change. And we'll be right back.
right, all right. I do apologize. I meant to have that audio on from the network for you that last half inning. The Braves did pick up a run. All right. Oh, the piss shivers pitcher is coming up, huh? That guy is redonk. Yeah, the guy with the weird setup. Yeah, he's like, maybe when I go back in the kitchen, I'll do an impression of him. Oh, we got 8 in the house, 6 likes. Let's see if we can get to double-digit likes. Go ahead and smash the like for us. Crush the sub, murder it. I'm going to go back in the kitchen, clean up a little bit. Gonna make some breaded oysters tonight with some sweet potato, probably like some fries, some sweet potato fries, maybe homemade. I gotta cut the sweet potato myself. I think that's what we're gonna be doing. Yeah, I mean, it's like the guy's tweaking. If you ever seen somebody, you know, on meth in the grocery store, that's kind of what they look like.
Braves as we continue from Philadelphia in this series and season finale between the Braves and Phillies, and Braves manager Brian Snitker joins us on the telecast.
Oh no.
You know, one of the things that happened earlier in the game that certainly Braves fans haven't lost sight of, and I know Brian you haven't lost sight of this either, is the fact that you had to remove Ronald Acuna Jr. from the game earlier. Is there an update on his status?
Yeah, he has some right hamstring tightness. Can't hear myself talk.
No, we got you. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's just precautionary.
Great interview.
Hopefully you'll treat him up and he'll be good to go tomorrow, but we didn't want to take any chances.
Hey, Brian, Ozuna keeps delivering for you guys. You must be glad to have him on your side after watching him last October.
Man, that's a weird sounding interview. Well, enjoy that shit.
And he's a perfect
Interview
guy
with the human peanut,
Mm-hmm.
Brian Snitker.
Is this the perfect night to send the cautionary tale out?
Perfect night for romance.
Yogi Berra to say it ain't over till it's over, because you guys looked like you were going to run away and make it a laugher.
Well, that's like I told Walt. I said I'd rather scored those 10 runs in the 7th or 8th inning because there's way too much ball game in a place like this to feel comfortable.
Snit, we appreciate the visit. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Brian.
Scott Kingery, the first to face the reliever A.J. Minter here in the 5th. Minter got the final 2 outs in the 4th and stranded a pair of base runners in doing so. So he continues here in inning number 5. Kingery, Kryn, then top of the order, Andrew McCutchen.
All right, I'm gonna go work in the kitchen. I'll have the kitchen cam on, I think. What happened to the kitchen cam?
2 balls and 2 strikes to
There's
Scott
the
Kingery.
kitchen cam.
Kingery got off to such an uneven start this year, as so many players did. Scott was on the COVID IL list, having contracted the disease. It cost him a lot of time before the season began, and he's just had a hard time catching up. A 134 batting average at the start of play.
Yeah, Maddie, with fewer games this year, a sprint, not a marathon, the stress level goes up. If you dig too deep of a hole, you just don't have enough time to get out of it.
Wait, imagine for players that are in contract years too. you start bad, you've only got another 3 weeks of baseball to try to get yourself together. Kingery is not one of those players. In fact, he was given a 6-year deal before even seeing a pitch in the major leagues in 2018. And he's caught looking here to start the last of the 5th.
With T-Mobile for Business, your business has an easy choice. The largest 5G network, award-winning customer satisfaction, insanely great value. Choose any 3. Ready when you are.
One gone for Roman Quinn, who singled and scored in that big bottom half of the 3rd.
Okay, guys, so check back with the pandemic crew, and I asked them how many have left after they fell behind 10-0, and the word is nobody left. And in fact, they have a request from management here at the ballpark. Take the Flyers game off one of the 2 monitors. They want both monitors on the Phillies game.
Oh, man, like it. Passion.
Yeah, you'd think 10-0 would have sent at least one of those fans to a different game with playoff hockey on TV right now. Ball and 2 strikes, the count to Roman Quinn.
Hey, Buster, if you're wondering why Tatis was swinging up, on 3-0, swinging for the hills just last week, today a 7-run lead can convert to a 3-run lead, a tie ball game. You just got to keep playing the game, and today's another perfect example.
Yeah, Alex, I'm sure that's going to be brought up tomorrow as these highlights from this game are run up. Remember when people didn't want Fernando Tatis swinging on 3-0? Well, watch this game.
Two balls and 2 strikes, the count to Quinn.
Your 7-run lead is no longer safe, especially in some of these smaller ballparks like Philly. And the way the ball's jumping this year, the Yankees scored 5 in their last inning. You just got to keep playing. Every game is so vital. And there's a 2-game swing with all these division games.
Meanwhile, A.J. Minter has faced 4 Phillies batters and struck out 3 of them. Now it's Andrew McCutchen at the top of the order. Strike to McCutchen.
This would be a nice full inning for the Braves. Scoring a run, 1, 2, 3, get back in there and build on that 3-run lead.
We were thinking we might have a chance to talk about it last week when we had the Braves and Phillies, with Andrew McCutchen having homered last Saturday. He's hit 3 homers this year. When he homers, we're told, he stops around the 3rd base bag and plays rock, paper, scissors with Dusty Wathan, the 3rd base coach. And I'm not sure who has the advantage now because they've played it 3 times.
I like it. Baseball needs more enjoyment, more games. I love it. I love it. The more, the better.
Here's some of the hooting coming out of the Philly dugout there on that strike call.
Home plate umpire rookie Ramon De Jesus. Been very consistent with the outside part. That time, the lower quadrant of the strike zone.
Follow up. I'm told that the rock, paper, scissors score, it's 1-1 with a tie.
Nice. The tiebreaker. Maybe right here.
You know what? If
full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
If you're getting tired of these guys, if you jump in on the Zoom, you can do the play-by-play. How's that sound? Well, I make oysters and sweet potato fries. Strikeout.
A.J. Minter strikes out the side in the
Wow.
fifth.
Nice.
On to inning number 6 in an 11-8
Sweet.
Atlanta lead.
Markakis, Duvall, Riley coming up to bat. And we are going to head to a break. In the kitchen cam. That's probably can't really see a whole lot, so it's a little window there, but enjoy the kitchen cam. Tonight's play-by-play reaction show is sponsored by treasurehunt.ga. If you go to the description for the video, we're in a break right now, but if you go to the description of the video, there is a link if you want to get tonight's hot item. It's a collectible from treasurehunt.ga, a 2011 commemorative coffee mug commemorating the 2011 championship World Series victory by the St. Louis Cardinals. I know, man. Pound the like, smash the sub, and make sure you follow our moderator, A-Bomb, who is going to be doing at least one of the games when the Braves play Boston this week. So that should be a fun game to do. And whenever I go live, the most common question I get in the dugout is, when is A-Bomb going to do another show? And all I can say is I usually don't know. I mean, A-Bomb doesn't always know, you know. When the baseball gods summon thee, you know, then you show up and you do your thing. All right, I'm going back to kitchen duty, and I know you're enjoying A-Rod and this other ass clown.
You're watching Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN, telecast presented by Taco Bell. Tomorrow,
but I'm not going anywhere, folks. I'll be back.
Start a 3-game series, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. Then the Padres are at Coors to take on the Rockies. Both games on the ESPN and the ESPN app. And then next Sunday, Brewers Indians at 1 p.m. Eastern and ESPN2. Alex, Buster, and I will be with you for the Cardinals and Cubs at 7 Eastern, right here on ESPN. All right, Nick Markakis leads things off in the 6th. I forget who it was. I heard comments, and maybe Buster can clarify. I know that because we hear more now at the ballpark than we would ordinarily with fans there, you can hear a lot of the conversations coming out of the dugouts. And the Cubs were accused of being, I think by the Reds, the chirpiest team in the National League. A lot of attaboys, a lot of ha-has, a lot of stuff directed perhaps at the other dugout. Buster, can you confirm?
I don't know specifically if the Cubs were accused of doing something at the Reds per se, but I can tell you that talking with people around baseball, they say the Cubs have, without a doubt, the most active dugout, that it's more like a high school baseball team, a college softball team. They got chants, they got cheers, they got everything going. Some teams say this is a great way for the Cubs to generate energy. Other teams are kind of annoyed by it. I can confirm that.
Yeah, Buster, and a lot of that positive energy and trip comes from rookie manager David Ross, who's right at the top of the steps, getting things going, and the energy's been really, really good.
Oh, it's been tremendous. And look, David Ross spent his whole career as a backup player. He'd be the first one to tell you that. And so on the days when he didn't play, he would stay engaged. He'd be talking to other players in the dugout. He'd be talking to the pitchers. He would stay active. And so the expectation when this unusual season started was that the players in the dugout were expected to contribute their voices, and we've seen that a ton with the Cubs.
One gone for Adam Duvall. Blake Parker continuing on the mound in relief for Philadelphia. We asked the question earlier in this game, who's going to give his manager the length out of the bullpen? Because when you get an inning and a third from Jake Arrieta, 2 1/3 from Tommy Milone. It smells like a Johnny Holstaff night on both sides.
You know, Matty, we're talking about John Middleton and how much he's spending, how much he's committed to this team. But no matter how good your team is, if you don't have a back end that can get 9 outs per night, with as short as these starters are going, it's going to be very difficult for you to win consistently. That bullpen has never been more vital.
And the whole playbook gets burned up tonight. I mean, there's no way you come to the ballpark if you're Joe Girardi or Brian Price, the pitching coach, and think tonight's going to be the night when Jake Arrieta makes his shortest career start.
Yeah, and it's not just, Matty, not just this game. There's consequences. The next 2 or 3 games, there'll be a negative residual for both teams.
2 balls and a strike to count to Adam Duvall.
There's a split.
I could watch Blake Parker all day.
And that split finger has been his go-to pitch.
So mutual friend of ours, the great Chip Carey, Braves play-by-play man for years, has said of Blake Parker, he pitches like he's trying to fit into a shirt that's a few sizes too small.
I mean, as a hitter, that would just drive me crazy. I would be swinging at balls all over the place.
Still full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Adam Duvall.
And you know, man, as a hitter, as a fielder, as a pitcher, you've got to do whatever it takes to get you in the groove. And there's a lot of things that I did that were goofy, and it just made me feel good. It upset the heck out of people. And you don't worry about it. You try to go out and do what makes you feel comfortable to perform at the highest level every night.
And he gets Duvall to chum at a high breaking ball. This homestand for the Phillies continues during the week, and Buster, they're going to celebrate one of their all-time franchise greats coming up a little bit later on this week. Dick Allen will have his number 15 retired by the Phillies, breaking franchise policy by becoming the first retired number that does not belong to a player who is enshrined in Cooperstown. It's a big deal, but perhaps a part of a bigger conversation that maybe Dick Allen is trending towards Cooperstown. Buster?
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I talked to Dick yesterday on the phone, and he talked about how when he got that call from John Middleton and was told that he was going to have his number retired, he was looking at that moment at a picture of himself and his mother and John Ogden, the scout who signed him, and he said he was struggling to keep from breaking down. John Middleton told me that he was trying to figure out ways to honor people in the organization's history, and Dick Allen stood out because of his remarkable numbers. Look, from 1964 to 1974, he led all major league players in adjusted OPS plus. He never pulled as high as 20% in any Hall of Fame voting when he was put on a ballot that was voted on by writers. But you do wonder, as you've seen some of the shifting landscape of the Hall of Fame voting, if he's going to have a better chance moving forward being voted in by a special committee.
Yeah, Buster, and Allen reportedly was very, very emotional when he received the news. Underappreciated player, long overdue, and a great job by John Middleton. When you look at his career, similar numbers to Willie McCovey.
It's good comp. And the similar kind of effect on a city and a group of teammates. He was beloved by his teammates. At times a mercurial relationship with the media. he also gave writers a lot of terrific quotes over the years, and one of his I still use to this day, always citing the source, when talking about playing on AstroTurf. Once famously said, "If a horse don't eat it, I don't want to play on it." And of course, you know, back in the day, the vet, AstroTurf.
That's how I felt when I started my career at the Kingdom. And I remember Griffey and Jay Buhner would always tell me, as you get older, those knees are going to start hurting. And boy, were they right. Again.
Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Austin Riley. We'll go to a full count as Blake Parker tries to put the finishing touches on what would be just the second 1-2-3 inning on this side of the scorecard tonight. Hoskins, Harper, and Real Muto in the bottom half of the 6th. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Got it. Nice looking breaking ball. A couple of strikeouts and a 1-2-3-6 for Blake Parker. Bryce Harper hits second in an 11-8 Atlanta lead. Well, it's been a fun night so far. A lot of action on base, a lot of changes. We've seen some things today that we didn't expect to see, and Bryce Harper has worn a microphone and an earpiece for us tonight. He'll bat second in the inning, and so we'll leave him alone here as we talk about the new pitcher for Atlanta as Chris Martin takes over, making his 8th appearance of the year. Martin's been very reliable for the Braves this year, and he'll have to run that tough gauntlet of Hoskins, Harper, and Real Muto in a 3-run game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hoskins has doubled, hit a 2-run homer, and walked tonight. Boy, so much has been asked of both bullpens tonight, and specifically in this series, a lot has been asked of the Braves pen. 3-game weekend series during which Atlanta has made 12 pitching changes and counting. Entering the night, the Braves relievers had pitched 10 1/3 innings. So the bullpen has sucked up more innings than the starters have, and it's really going to be lopsided by the time this one's over.
Yeah, for the Braves, Matty, the starters are averaging 4 2/3. That's a problem that cannot go on all year long. You need more length, even if you may not be getting 7, but you need to get 5 2/3, 6 1/3 every once in a while. You can make a really good bullpen good, a good bullpen bad.
Yeah, I think that's why, Alex, a guy like Mike Clevenger would have to be attractive for the Atlanta Braves. You know, not only would he potentially help the Braves in 2020, but he's under team control for 2021 and 2022. Last few years, he's been one of the American League's better pitchers.
Yeah, Buster, and I agree, and that's why I like Lance Lynn a lot. 32 starts, 100+ pitches, horses, you know, old school horses that are going 6, 7 innings. They're so more valuable today than ever before because you end up saving your bullpens, and at the same time you affect the next 2 or 3 games if you're able to go long into those starts.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Rhys Hoskins. Yeah, for reasons that you guys have both cited, I'd be really surprised if Atlanta does not end up with one of those guys we talked about. Clevenger, Dylan Bundy. Certainly Lance Lynn is the guy that's at the top of everybody's list right now. And Atlanta's one of the few teams that would have the return chips to make a deal like that happen because they have developed so well. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hoskins. And again, getting back to our earlier discussion, if Ian Anderson is too steep an asking price, there are other prospects, other young pitchers, some of which have already had major league experience. Kyle Wright, Bryce Wilson, we can keep going and going. They're loaded.
If you're the Braves, you have such a deep farm system, great currency, and a great position to be in this time of year.
Yeah, Matt, I got to tell you, after watching Ian Anderson's debut, in which he wound up winning a game and taking a no-hitter to the 6th inning in a game started by Garrett Cole on the other side, you wonder if the Braves would want to talk to anybody about him. He's that good.
Yeah. Hoskins strikes out, 1 gone for Martin. That'll bring up Bryce Harper and set up tonight's T-Mobile ticket to the game Sunday Night Baseball fan poll. We asked earlier on ESPN.com/MLB who is your midseason NL MVP. Overwhelming support for Fernando Tatis Jr., Bryce Harper, and Mookie Betts splitting the rest of the vote.
Tatis is taking over the big talk of Major League Baseball. I mean, he's a lot of people in that bandwagon right now, but the kid can play. He has flair, and he's just exciting to watch.
How about a different discussion? Because there's no actual poll for this one. NL Cy Young is pretty interesting. It's not the usual suspects this year, and one of the leading contenders is the guy that's holding up the entire Braves starting rotation right now. Max Fried has had a terrific beginning to the year. 1-1 to Harper. Dinelson Lamet, San Diego. He's a contender for that, but Fried has been great. In fact, when you consider Fried's numbers and what the rest of the Braves staff has done, you could make a case that he's been their MVP this year.
Another name for Cy Young is Darvish has been really solid with the Cubs.
Harper sends it on the ground to the left side of the infield. Fancy play by Dansby Swanson for out number 2. So coming into tonight, and this doesn't even account for the short start tonight by Tommy Malone. Take a look at the difference. Max Fried and then everybody else on the starting staff. Wow.
And Max Reed with 1/40th of the salary as Garrett Cole. So great production and return on the Braves investment there.
Here's JT Realmuto. Did you, Buster, mention he saw that? And I watched, I was in and out of that game as well. Ian Anderson making his major league debut. He throws a 4-seam changeup. Ian Anderson.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal pitch, and you also just loved his mound presence. He looked so comfortable, like someone who'd been out there, for 10 years. And I think that caught people's eyes all around baseball.
Yeah, it also gives us a chance to empty out all of our Jethro Tull stuff. Right? Locomotive breath. This is his locomotive breath pitch. This is the thick as a brick. I hope we don't have to pay somebody for all that. I know if we played the music, we would. Skating away on the thin ice of a new day. What a future Ian Anderson has.
And what a start. He's 22 years old. 1 hit against the Yankees.
It was a 7-inning doubleheader game that he made his debut in. So, when he had the no-hitter going into the 6th, we're all thinking, oh man, did they leave him out there? However, it doesn't count as a quote-unquote real no-hitter if you pitch a 7-inning doubleheader game no-hitter. At least that was my understanding, Buster, unless you heard differently.
No, that's what I heard as well. But I kind of wondered if that didn't account for the unusual year that is 2020.
A drive to straightaway center field, caught at the wall by Inciarte. Phillies go down in order despite a deep drive that looked like it had a chance, and it's still an 11-8 Atlanta lead.
All right, Braves fans. Hey, it's still 11-8. The scoring has slowed down a little bit, and I work very slow in the kitchen, apparently. Yeah, chopping that sweet potato, man, that was harsh on my hand. Ooh. Let's go down to the dugout here during the break. And I guess since I went on kitchen duty, things got a little quiet down there. Since Z13 in the house. Says fucking weird as setup, my guy. No, indeed. So, now I can hear myself on in the kitchen. That's weird. Yeah, I've taken a break from doing the play-by-play. If you're just joining us, I've turned it over to the ESPN network while I work in the kitchen. But if anybody would like to take over the play-by-play duties, just pound on that Zoom link in the description. That'll put you on the show. Yeah, it's very unusual for the play-by-play host to, like, oh, okay, I'm going to leave for a couple innings and go make some dinner, but... Since Z13 says I have 1,000 on the Braves, you got a $1,000 bet on this game? Maybe some Bitcoins? Maybe some Fortnite dollars? What are you really? What are you betting on? Like American dollars, or are you in pesos? What?
ESPN's telecast of Major League Baseball presented by Taco Bell is brought to you by USA.
Taco Bell.
Order of the military community. What you're made of, we're made of.
All right, let me get back in the kitchen.
Performance car care, formulated for fanatics.
Where I'm making sweet potato fries and breaded
The
oysters.
Philadelphia Phillies, Shive Park, Vet, the dreaded multi-use baseball park, and of course Citizens Bank. Such a great place to watch baseball only, with a few entertainment exceptions. Phillies hoping for their second sweep of the Braves here at home. They're going to have to come from behind and finish the job to do it. At one point tonight, the Phillies trailed 10-0, but have chipped away. 11-8 Atlanta is what Vince Velasquez inherits. Vinny Velo in from the bullpen these days.
Features a fastball, curveball, slider, and change.
Johan Camargo leads things off for Atlanta. Camargo, then Inciarte and Swanson. So the average major league game sees about 300 pitches. There were 200 pitches in this game in the middle of the fourth. So I mean, we were well on the way to a long one. You could quantify that by time, by pitches, by pitching changes. And there's ball 4.
Did you just reward yourself for spending a perfectly reasonable amount of time on the couch with tacos from Grubhub? Grubhub's gonna reward you for that with a $5 off perk.
Camargo aboard on ball 4. Velasquez walks the first batter he faces, and now it'll be Ender Inciarte. Tough man to double up. Left-handed hitter with good speed. For Vince Velasquez, this is just his second relief appearance of the year. Began the season in the starting rotation. Made 11 relief appearances last year after primarily working as a starter in each of his first 4 seasons as a Philly. And Inciarte wraps that one softly to first for Hoskins. So the Philly bullpen has been better this week for sure, but I thought we'd quantify their struggles for you this way. On the left, opponents this season against the Phillies bullpen, Mike Trout and Mookie Betts numbers as well. So the point is that the Phillies bullpen has made a lot of players look like Mike Trout and Mookie Betts based on the damage against it. And again, in fairness, they've been a lot better the last week. But man, it was a rough start to the season.
Yeah, nothing but upside there.
One gone runner at second now for Dansby Swanson.
And guys, I asked Joe Girardi earlier today about that bullpen and how much of a difference it made since they made those additions, Brandon Workman, Heath Embry, and he said it really has allowed a lot of these guys to fall into roles that they may be better suited to fit. And the Phillies bullpen, since making the additions, has certainly improved.
It was not a super experienced group on opening day. They only had 4 relievers who had any real significant major league experience in their opening day incarnation. So they've gotten a little longer in the tooth down there. They've gotten better. And I think we talked about it last week, Alex. Remember, the Washington Nationals won a World Series last year. They didn't get their bullpen right until September.
That's right. The one big difference is they had horses, pitchers that were going into the 7th, 8th complete games.
Two balls and a strike to count to Dansby Swanson. Two and two.
looked at Joe Girardi for so long. He had Mariano Rivera as a player, coach, and manager. And the Philly fans got used to Brad Lidge. An ordered bullpen makes for a happy fan base.
Full count, 3-2. Full count pitch home to Swanson is hit in the air out to right center field. Quinn's got it. Camargo's going to tag up, and there's a runner at third now with 2 gone.
First baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Vince Velasquez at one point was thought to be the next great thing in the Phillies starting rotation, and yeah, there's still time for that. When you look at some of the individual performances on the back of his baseball card, man, he's had some terrific moments. Once threw a 3-hit 16 strikeout game in San Diego. Was in his first year with the team, second year with the team. Freddie Freeman's been intentionally walked, as you can see. And here's Ozuna now with runners at the corners and 2 gone. Big wave and a miss at 96. Marcell Ozuna, one of those responsible for the Braves keeping float, while Ozzy Albies.
All right, big moment here, guys.
Time on the IL, and again, if you're tuning in late, Acuna was
Ozuna pops that up.
Early.
Route number 3. Shit. Well, could have been a big moment. We had 2 on there, but I believe those guys stranded.
And keep it a 3-run game. Everybody loves baseball traditions.
Citizens Bank Park.
Inning stretch brought to you by Jim Beam.
In Philadelphia, the Braves are leading 11-8. And that's going to get us down into the bottom of the 7th now. More play-by-play reaction on deck, sponsored by treasurehunt.ga. Tonight's hot item is the commemorative World Series Championship coffee mug for the 2011 St. Louis Cardinals. There's a link for that in the description.
Take a look at our game track brought to you by Geico in an 11-8 lead for the Braves. The damage for Atlanta came in one big long chunk, a 13 at-bat second in which they plated 10 of their 11 runs. Phillies have chipped away, but they too benefited from one big inning. Neither starter was around for very long in this one. Jake Arrieta, the shortest start of his career, just an inning and a third. Tommy Milone, 2 1/3 in his Braves debut. And Shane Green will be the 4th Atlanta reliever used in this game.
2019 All-Star, sinker, cutter, slider. Terrific this year in 14 games, .59 ERA.
Shane Green did not allow a run until his 11th outing of the year this season, the best start of his career. Gene Segura the first to face him. Segura, Gregorius, and Goslin here for Philadelphia. So the game has kind of buckled down a little bit in the middle innings because both bullpens have been good. The Braves pen in particular, as they have retired 8 straight. Combination of Minter and Martin very effective.
This game was a hot mess for the first 3 innings, but smooth sail ever since.
It was a hot mess, wasn't it? I wasn't sure what was going on. 2 balls and a strike to Segura. Did he check it? I think he did. Have we mentioned the home plate umpire Ramon De Jesus tonight?
I think once earlier.
Worth repeating. The first
Dominican umpire behind the plate. So many great. They said there's so many great Dominican players. It is great to see the first Dominican umpire in his first full year. Now there's a little kid out there, maybe Dominican, Puerto Rico, anyone in the world saying, hey, I'm a Dominican player. I don't have to be a shortstop to make it to the big leagues. I can also be an umpire. I can be an executive. I can be a coach. You love to see people breaking grounds like this. It's really cool.
There's Didi Gregorius now with the leadoff hitter aboard. We know of Didi Gregorius's other pursuits outside of baseball, and you have brought us into his world a little bit with his IT skills. The guy that fixes the devices. Hey, my phone's acting up. Didi, can you take a look at it?
He was like our Apple IT guy. Went around the locker room, fixed everyone's iPad, iPhones, especially mine.
Well, I got a new one for you for Didi.
Let's hear it.
As he sends that ball into the opposite corner, slicing foul. So when he was recovering from the Tommy John surgery, and that recovery went into the first part of last year, he taught himself how to play piano.
Wow.
This year, while everybody took a pause during the pandemic and in between spring trainings part 1 and 2, he added another skill set and taught himself how to become a tattoo artist.
Wow. 5 languages. I call him the Bill Gates of baseball.
Now we're talking about a true renaissance man here, folks. A little pop for Swanson, and that's the first out of the inning. What I'd like to know, though, from Didi is, does he consider himself a better tattoo artist or piano player? His 2 new skills.
That's a great one. He's also, which makes sense with the tattoo, he's a great artist. He would go out and paint some incredible paintings for his teammates. Just so much talent, and what a great human being. In all seriousness, one of the best teammates I've ever been around, and just a selfless guy who's a great player, a championship player that can play Gold Glove defense, and now is hitting home runs as well.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting, guys. Didi Gregorius is so talented as you've laid out. I've always thought Andrew McCutcheon, his teammate, is the single most talented human being that I've ever met. He does impersonations. He can sing like crazy. Unbelievable artist. And he's pretty good at baseball, too.
0-1 the count to Phil Gosselin. A couple of nice breaking balls there from Green. Put him in front 0-2. Yeah, Didi's one of the players that will wear a mask all season long on both sides of the scorecard. He'll wear it at the plate. He'll wear it in the field. He's got a chronic kidney condition that he's mindful of. So he's taking an extra precautionary measure because of a pre-existing condition.
Also grew up playing soccer and basketball. Big NBA fan. One of the things that's so exciting about hearing players like Bryce Harper, Freeman last week, Acuna, is you got some great personalities. But the more the fan base gets to know them, the more we reveal these personalities, the more in love they'll start falling with their players again.
Ball and 2 strikes the count to Phil Gosselin. Off the end of the bat, little infield pop. Quick throw back to first base is in time to double off Segura. Camargo kind of played a casualty and then snapped that quick throw over to Freeman to double off Segura.
Did you see that? Got him. Double play there. Got the runner on first. Found himself too far off the bag. So great double him up play there. The sweet potato fries are cooking. The cats are fighting. So yeah, nice double play, moderator A-Bomb. Pound the like, smash the sub. The Bone Crusher Show. Normally I'm doing all the play-by-play reaction, but I'm checking out the guys on ESPN here while we make some sweet potato fries and some breaded oyster. You can see all that happening on the kitchen cam. You can't see shit on the kitchen cam.
ESPN's telecast of Major League Baseball is presented by Taco Bell. Order ahead and pick up your favorites at our contactless drive-thru. And in part by
speaking of like Taco Bell and the contactless drive-thru and like Uber Eats or Grubhubs and stuff, how do you order fast food for like Grubhub? You're gonna end up spending like $20 for some cold tacos or some cold McDonald's. I don't get why anybody would do Grubhub for that for the cheap ass shit that's not going to be warm by the time you get it. I mean, when I'm pulling out of the McDonald's with some fresh French fries, the clock is ticking. Okay, there is not much time to get that food home and sit down and eat it while it's still warm. Really, you need to eat at the restaurant because French fries got about 7 minutes. When they get pulled, you got about 7 minutes to eat those things. They start losing deliciousness. I mean, by the time if I don't eat my McDonald's fries at McDonald's and wait till I get home, Man, they're on life support. Just saying.
19 hits in the first 3 innings.
And a swing and a miss by Darno.
Time to play some baseball.
Gay.
I can do baseball. Me too.
If we can play baseball, I'm in.
Oh, we're doing baseball?
Yup.
Hang on.
Ads
Hey, Bryce,
during
we
the game.
just
Love
played
that.
your Gatorade commercial where the fencing guy didn't want to play baseball at the end.
Gurley.
Yeah, that fencing guy.
Yeah.
The first pitch strike.
That was a good one. Shot that during the quarantine, so that was a good one.
Hey, Bryce, talking about some of your workouts.
Oops. Base hit for Markakis.
I like it. Field, throw, talk. So workouts, off season. I know how much you lift. I saw you lifting a lot in your gym, in your garage, lifting all type of weights. Look at this. This is incredible. We're just showing you doing some incredible lifting here, like a power lift.
That's 4 plates on each side, Alex.
4 plates. I couldn't do 4 plates on one side. But Bryce, how different are your workouts during the season versus off season?
Yeah, so off season I like to get after a little bit. You know, I just enjoy the grind of the off season as well. It's a lot of fun. You know, I got a good trainer, so he makes it fun, and I do Pilates as well. Keeps me lengthened out. So you know, I really enjoy the Pilates. I do that twice a week with an instructor as well, and she's awesome. So during the season, it's a little bit different. I work out every day actually during the season. So I work out right before the game, and I actually got that from Jason Worth. So I want to, you know, activate all my fast twitch muscles, and so I do a lot of big lifts before the game, high rep, low weight, about 16 workouts. So I get in there around 5:30. I bang that out, and then get into the cage and get going.
So you lift and use that as also as a warm-up, activate to get ready to roll.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it turns on all the muscles and everything that I need. You know, activate my core, my glutes. You know, the top muscles that you're going to use during the game, and that just gets you going. You know, and I mean, during the whole season, it's really tough to, you know, really get a good workout in. But if I can activate and get all those muscles going each day, then, you know, it helps me out.
Bryce, how important was sleeping? I know that if I didn't sleep at least 8 hours, I was a wreck the next day. Are you a big sleep guy?
Yeah, I mean, I got a kid now, so.
I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you know, you want to get as much sleep as possible, but you want to help mama out as much as possible as well. So, I mean, I got a great wife at home that really lets me, you know, get my sleep in and do all the things I need to do to get ready for a game or a season. But there's times where she needs a break as well, and, you know, I'll get up at nighttime and be with little man or vice versa. So I got a superwoman at home, and, you know, I'm really appreciative of her.
0-1 to Austin Riley. Hey, real quick on the workouts, what do you not do anymore? Is there anything that you've eliminated because of one reason or another?
Running.
Okay.
I really don't like to run. I mean, long distance at least. You know, I do my sprints and things like that to get going before spring training. But I mean, growing up, of course, I mean, people like to run and they expect you to run and things like that. But I try to get ready the best I can for spring training, and then once you get to spring, you do so much running and things like that. So, I mean, I guess I eliminate that probably.
Now, Bryce, one of the things, you're 27 now, and obviously you're going to play well into hopefully your 40s.
Yeah, tell us about your workout, Bryce Harper. Well, yeah, I inject steroids 3 times a day. Testosterone in the morning, D-ball in the midday, then the third I tell them just something anabolic, whatever. Then I do 1,000 crunches.
I mean, when you get into the offseason, you take off that month and a half, and then you kind of build your way back in.
Yeah, you take off for a month. You're out plowing hot chicks, staying up late. You get out of shape.
And then I get into, what I need to do. I rarely do that much weight during an off season, just because the off season.
Yeah, man, I'm
so
benching
short.
about 290, bra, and
Because you never knew when we were gonna get back.
taking creatine, doing my yoga ball, and some
I was feeling
HGH
good and things like that, so
shots I got from Jose
tried to get
Canseco.
as strong as I could, or just have a little bit of fun while I was doing it as well. So just a little bit different of an off season than.
Yeah, steroids are fun.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Austin Riley. Batting with a runner at first and 2
Come on,
gone,
Austin
and a
Riley.
3-run
Full
game
count to
late.
Austin Riley. 2 out. Almost hit him.
And there's ball 4.
All right, I got to get back to the sweet potatoes. 2 on, 2 out. Top
So
of the
2
eighth.
on,
Braves
2
up by
out. That'll
3.
bring up Johan Camargo, who's had a really nice night. Couple of hits. He scored 2 runs and turned that double play that got the Braves out of any trouble in the bottom of the 7th. Oh, and 1 to Camargo. Would you have worn a microphone when you played?
Oh, yeah.
No chance.
Yeah, but
come on.
One of my good buddies, Jason Zillow, who's been doing the Yankees PR, I don't think he was a big fan of him. But
No, I could vouch for that.
yeah. Z-Man, as I called him, he used to like us to focus on the game, which was cool.
Were you ever asked? I don't think anybody asked back then. I mean,
Yeah,
not
every
making it
once in a
sound like
while.
you played
Sometime-
40 years ago, but
Yeah.
it's changed a lot in a very short amount of
You're
time.
acting like it was 55 years ago. it was 5 years ago. Yeah, they would ask.
Camargo late, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
And I love it. I mean, I've seen LeBron James doing it this week in the playoffs, having our best and greatest players like Bryce Harper and Freeman talking and letting the people get to know how great these players and people, how well they, just like getting to know Bryce today has been outstanding.
No doubt. A lot of fun for us. The 1-2 to Camargo. How many straight fastballs is that? Is that 3 straight?
I think so.
He's been late on him, fouled him off. So do you come back with another fastball here?
Here comes a breaking ball.
It's 2-2.
Heater.
Steady diet at number 1.
And if you want the punch out, fastball up north is where you want to get that fastball. Top of the zone.
34 pitches, 26 fastballs. And there's a topper back to Velasquez, and he'll get out of the jam, stranding a pair. To the bottom of the 8th in a still 3-run game.
all these at-bats matter, all these innings matter. So, just taking it one pitch at a time. And oh, what a bat! Oh boy! Hey guys, if you can hear me, that fell into my ear. So.
Good kids you guys want. You only doing 2?
Boy, girl, done.
What?
I hope. Hey, I found the ear thing, guys. That's crazy.
Earpiece was in. We lost it for a little bit. Bryce tracked it down on the track. Been a big part of our telecast tonight. In an 11-8 Atlanta lead, one that's taken us to the bottom of the 8th inning. Scott Kingery, Roman Quinn, and Andrew McCutchen will be the first to face Will Smith, veteran left-hander who pitched in the series opener on Friday, struck out a pair in a scoreless inning. He's been very good as advertised for the Atlanta Braves this year.
Fastball, tons of sliders. An all-star in 2019.
Starts Scott Kingery with a breaking ball for a strike. Kingery's 0 for 2. He reached base on a wild pitch strikeout earlier tonight. Atlanta Braves benefiting from a 10-run top of the 2nd inning. Philly has been as close as 10-8 before the Braves tacked on an 11th run on an RBI single by Marcelo Zuna in the 5th. Neither starter was around very long tonight. Big picture, Philly, if they can come back, would finish off their 2nd sweep of Atlanta in as many series in Philly this year and improve their division record to 10-2 against the NL East. Phillies have been very good in the division. 5-game winning streak on the line for the Phils. And the Braves are the team they're trying to chase down at the top of the pack. A ball and 2 strikes to Kingery. In the air out to right center. Reminder to download the MLB app to get in-game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, and much, much more. With the trading deadline just hours away, 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Might not be a bad idea to download the app today. Here's Roman Quinn now. Are the Fandemics still out there outside of center field, Buster? Are those dudes in? and
oh yeah,
they're I don't think men and women out there. Are they? They're there still.
Oh heck yeah, yeah. They haven't left, and I fully expect with as much investment as they put into this game, they're not going to leave until the last out's registered.
I don't know if any of those people will ever buy another ticket again. I feel like they're having a better time outside the gate than they would be even if they were in the ballpark.
I mean, that's something I would
before they
definitely do. I mean, that looks like fun, and I'd definitely be watching. It looks like a good seat. Good place to stand and watch a game.
Quinn with a drive to left. That one's gonna go and really go. Roman Quinn's 2nd of the year, and that, folks, was not a cheapie.
Will Smith is one of the toughest sliders to hit in all of baseball. Hangs one right here, a cement mixer, and Quinn dropping the head.
Houston, we have a problem.
It is little cement mixer, and when you hang them, they bang them.
Hanging and banging. It's a 2-run game now.
Like
bottom of the 8th.
Win. Solo shot.
My sweet potato fries are done.
2-run game.
Just
now
flash
Andrew
frying the
McCutchen
oysters.
with one out.
Is the ball jumping this year?
As drunk Philadelphia fans stumble around the streets of Philadelphia outside the stadium.
Check out your guy out there that got the home run ball or
how
something.
embarrassing.
What was that?
What do you think, Paul? Embarrassing.
1 ball and 1 strike to count to Andrew McCutchen.
I'll step on the keyboard.
McCutchen sends the ball to right.
Shit.
That one's well
Shit.
hit.
Shit.
And that one is gone.
God, son of a. Now you Claw. It's a
Here we go
one-run
for some rock,
game.
paper, scissors.
I know Cavini, or whatever your name
Can't
is.
tell who won.
He's got this guy on his fantasy team.
It's a one-run
game. Son of a gun.
on back-to-back homers in the Philly half of the 8th.
And Matty, another slider and a bad one. Watch this rotation here. Just a spinner. Cut staying inside of it.
All right, who won the game? Paper, rock, Kutch.
And that's 2-1 and a tie. Advantage McCutch.
Oh, and another cutout will need to be replaced as a fan got knocked down in right on Andrew McCutchen's 4th of the year. What a wild night this has turned into. A 1-run game. Atlanta had a 10-0 lead in the top of the 2nd. Here's Hoskins now. Hoskins sends a fly ball to left. Just by way of reminder, and we had this information earlier, only twice in Major League Baseball history has a team won after trailing by 10 or more in the 1st or 2nd inning. And one of those occasions, it was a pre-modern era game in 1876, so throw that one out. The '89 Phillies, the only team to have accomplished that in modern baseball history. This would be one for the ages. Fans in the ballpark or not. Here's Harper, who's hitless tonight, and 1 for 10 in the series. Speaking of the series, I misspoke earlier when I talked about the Phillies sweeping the Braves. They swept the series at home from the Mets. Split a 4-game series at Philadelphia earlier. So those home runs, Roman Quinn homers, Andrew McCutchen homers, and as we talked about earlier, the Phillies replace the cutout of the fan that got hit with the home run ball with the cutout of the dude that actually hit it.
Very cool. Now, 1-run game here. You have Will Smith, one of the best sliders in the game, has given up 2 home runs back-to-back on the slider. If you're Harper, you're probably going to see nothing but sliders. Got to make him get the ball up. That's his best pitch. Here's your fastball.
And Bryce sends it out to center field. That will retire the side, but back-to-back homers have made an interesting night even more interesting. Quinn and McCutchen combining to make it a 1-run game in Philly. how Dodger first base coach George Lombard tries to honor the work of his activist mother. Sports Center after Braves Phillies on ESPN and the ESPN app. Dodgers were winners today, and how does that change, if any, the postseason race? As we know, the top 2 teams in each division qualify, and then the next 2 entries in the postseason come as quote-unquote wild cards, the best overall record. So as it stands now, Braves and Phillies, Cubs and Cardinals, Dodgers, Padres, and then Colorado and Miami have the next best records, with a handful of teams knocking on the door. Like, everybody's still involved in the NL outside the Pirates. Wide open.
Wide open.
Heath Hembree will work top of the 9th inning. He has been terrific for the Phillies since being acquired from the Red Sox a little over a week ago.
Yeah, fastball slider. Had a good opener here last week.
Try to keep this a 1-run game on a wild night in Philadelphia. Ender and Ciarte leads things off. And Ciarte, Swanson, and Freeman. Ender and Ciarte not in the original starting lineup tonight. Pressed into duty when Ronald Acuna Jr. was removed as a precaution, as he felt a hamstring tighten up. And as you could understand, with the Braves, they're not taking any chances with a franchise player. 2-0.
All right. 1-run game. We're going into the 9th.
Heath Hembree's numbers
I've got my sweet potato fries.
would look even
got
better
my oysters
if
finally
you
ready.
One bad outing from the ledger.
I want to thank the guys at ESPN for filling in for me while I've been in the kitchen. So we're gonna go ahead and bring those guys down. I'm gonna take you to the end here. We got 10 in the house. Welcome aboard. 7 likes. Keep them coming. 355 playbacks. You're right, Mexican. McClutchan's had a great series against us. We better not lose this fucking game. I know what you mean, man. Who sleeps 8 hours a night? That's a random question, Julia. Graham's in the house. Welcome aboard. Count is 2-2 to Inciarte, who's 0 for 3 on the night. And Hembree is your pitcher now, as I'm going to enjoy a sweet potato fry dipped in a little ketchup here. Inciarte's going to pull it foul. I went off him or something. That's a foul. And we're drinking some Shasta. And I found a box of frozen oysters that are breaded. So you just put them in oil for a couple of minutes. And I've got some leftover Captain D's cocktail sauce here. They're looking at that again. Maybe that was a fair ball. It looked like at first it went off of the batter because it took a really funny spin. Like it hit the ground out of foul territory and then came back into foul territory. So I don't know if that's a fair ball or not. Not bad. For a breaded, frozen oyster, that's pretty good. We're coming to you live from Panama City Beach, Florida. So, oysters. I had crab for lunch. And I tell you, the prices here, you know, you might think, oh, God, this guy's eating really expensive food. But the oysters are $4 for a box. The crab legs are $5, and they're already steamed, and they're already out of the shells. It's like $5 a pound. So we eat well here, is what I'm saying. All right, maybe we'll go ahead and lose that extra zoom cam there. Oh, the 2-2 pitch. Inciarte is going to be hit high, pretty deep. The center fielder has it. One away. The zoom camera. By zoom. Braves cling to a 1-run lead. Outside, 1-0 to Dansby. There's a shot, deep center field to the wall. It's gone into the trees. Out of here, Dansby Swanson. That ball was crushed straight away center field. It has left orbit and slipped the surly bonds of earth. A little bit of breathing room. Whew. That's going to make guys in the dugout down here in the chat room feel a little better. Shasta McNasty. Yeah, Shasta at the Dollar Tree. You get 4 sodas for $1, and I don't mind the flavor. But lately, all the cans are like dented on the bottom, like they've expanded. So you can't set the can down, otherwise it'll tip over. Oh, they were talking about how Bryce Harper sleeps at night. I bet Bryce Harper sleeps like a fucking baby. No. It is a bit unprofessional for me to eat on the air, but hopefully our sponsors at treasurehunt.ga won't mind that too much. So, Freddie Freeman is at bat. Melanson is warming up for the Braves. 3-0 pitch to Freddie Freeman. There's a strike. $14 in the house. Welcome aboard, everyone. As Freddie Freeman takes the walk. Make sure you like and subscribe. I think we're up to 7 likes now. Let's try to get to double digits as I crush some breaded oysters from the local waters. By the way, I am also on Instagram. Crusher_Van. That's up on your screen. Marcel tried to go deep there, but came up empty. 0-1 on the 94-mile-an-hour gas. A-Rod gets cranky if he doesn't get 8 hours of sleep. Are you the same way? You get cranked? You get fussy? And there's a blooper into shallow center field for a base hit. Ozuna to first, Freeman to second. As Ozuna does his, I don't know what all that is. He's like doing sign language. If you translate that into sign language, it means pizza monster. And speaking of sign language, every time I watch any pandemic update, there's always some sign language person, and I'm thinking, you know, hasn't closed captioning been invented? Do we really need that? But I'm this weekend or Maybe the sign language is the superior language. Maybe more can be conveyed. We were talking, and Abom brought this up a couple of days ago. Maybe sign language is.
So audio would not be.
Yeah, that's why there's closed captioning. The words come on the screen. Let me crush another oyster. Jackson down in the dugout says we're going to win this. Man, for me to sleep, since you brought this up, Julia, there's a mound meeting going on right now. I require horse tranquilizers to get to sleep. We're going to go through my regimen here. You guys can be amazed what I take to go to bed at night. And there's at least one scheduled medication in there. But d'Arnaud steps in. With 2 on, 1 out, 2-run lead. Big swing and a miss. 8 hours of sleep. Man, I don't get 8 hours of sleep. This is... Julia says I need to fast forward my TV. It's not physically possible. That's a good Shasta, though. So sync us up with your TV. That means if you got a TiVo or a DVR, you might have to pause that, Julia, for 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds or so, because I'm watching this game on the internet, so it's even delayed there opposed to watching it on television. Plus, by the time the YouTube delay comes into effect, we are talking about a significant delay. And that's fouled off. Still 0-2 to d'Arnaud. So not everyone has that. Not everyone can pause it and sync us up. But if you can, it will enhance your viewing experience. Thanks for bringing that up, Julia. No way A-Rod is sleeping 8 hours a day with J-Lo there. LOL. LOL, Mexican for Golovkin. LOL. Oh, that's called a strikeout. Bad call by the ump. Horrible call by the ump. Get the fucking laser strike zone in there. So d'Arnaud sits down on a horrible call. Oh, yeah. Laser cam confirms. I'm going to have a pitching change. All right. So with 2 outs in the top of the 9th, the Phillies are going to bring up a new pitcher, and we're going to take a quick break. official store of the Bone Crusher Show is treasurehunt.ga. I've been using their shot glasses this week to crush Crown Royal. They've got that 2011 World Series Championship mug on sale. I'll link to that St. Louis Cardinals World Series Championship collectible mug at that link's in our description. Okay, new pitcher for the Phillies. With 2 outs in the top of the 9th, the Braves have 2 on for Adam Morgan. He has a 6.14 ERA in 7 1/3 innings this season. And we got 15 in the house. Nice ass. Yeah, how are you gonna get any sleep with J-Lo's ass? Outside, 1-0. Well, I tell you what, you know, after plowing J-Lo all night, you'll probably sleep like a baby. Downstairs, 2-0 to Nick Markakis. A double right here would get at least a run in for the Braves. Let's pad that 2-run lead here, 12-10. 10 of those runs for the Braves all came in the 3rd. That almost gets away from the catcher, 3-0. In fact, there was a combined 17 runs scored in the 3rd. And once we get the super chat, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I get the super chat, I get some money, then we're gonna get cable, and then Julia, the stream will be more synced up with your TV. And that's a walk. Bases are loaded for the Braves. Could go for a little salami. 14 in the house. Thanks for joining us. The exciting conclusion of this high-scoring shootout in Philadelphia. Adam Duvall, first pitch, swings and chops it foul. Yeah, sync us up with the TV. Hit pause on your TV for about at least 30 seconds. Adam Duvall comes in with 3 career grand slams, batting at .227 with the bases loaded lifetime. Yeah, I'm putting on the Panama City Beach American flag rally cap. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Duvall, way upstairs, 1-1. Nowhere to put him. The bases are loaded. Is that you, Rona? 17 in the house. That's in there for a strike. 82-mile-an-hour changeup, locked up Duvall. So the count is 1-2. Julia on vacation in Mexico. No DVR at her hotel or her Airbnb. What are you staying in, Julia? And that's awesome that you're going to go on vacation. And Duvall's going to hit that one high and deep, but the right fielder is going to have a beat on that for out number 3. The Braves leave them loaded. But we do get one. So it's 12-10 Atlanta going to the bottom of the 9th. Let's see if we can shut them down and get the hell out of here. But the fact that Julia's on vacation, producer Beth, Julia is gone to Mexico on vacation, and she's listening to the Bone Crusher show on her vacay. Now, Julia, I don't know what part of Mexico you're in, but if you're near the Chihuahua Desert, I don't even know if it's a desert, but if you're near Chihuahua, one of our viewers, I don't know if he's here now, he was here earlier tonight, Pasquale, is there. So, you know, you could go over to his house, and he can use his TiVo and sync us up, and then everything will be good. All right, bottom of the ninth coming up. Save situation for the Braves. Are you staying at a Holiday Inn, or are you staying somewhere a little more authentic to the local culture? Man. If I was in Mexico, I would head to the street and get some street tacos. Get me a handful of those. You know, and they don't, you know, and of course, American tacos, they stuff lettuce and shredded cheese and tomatoes and sour cream and stuff on it, which is good. I love American tacos, but you go to street taco in Mexico, it's going to be some nice strips of steak, a little lime, maybe a little bit of onion, some cilantro, and boom. I mean, that's about it. You might have like some dip or some sauce on the side, but I think that's about it. Though I've never had a Mexican street taco in Mexico, so you tell me. I've only seen it on TV. Yeah, when I'm eating lunch, what I usually put on TV is some sort of travel blog of other people going around eating. You know, it makes my $6 lunch taste a little better when I'm watching other people eat. Eat fine foods. All right, it's going to be Mark Melanson as our closer tonight. And boy, it was a couple days ago he gave up that game-winning walk-off. I've tried to put it out of my mind. I think it was a home run. He left a hanger and got crushed. But today's a new day for Mark. All right, so the catcher, JT Realmuto, steps in with a .274 batting average, and the high school administrator is the relief pitcher for the Braves tonight. And he hits JT. Shit. So hit batter goes to first. That's going to bring up Segura, I do believe. Thanks for sticking with us during the game, folks. Hopefully the Braves can hang on here. The pitch. There's a changeup in there for a strike. Gregorius on deck. That's going to be hit. Just foul. Just foul. That would have been trouble. Sharply hit, too. Just a noisy strike. It's 0-2. Ooh, let's see that replay. Oh. I don't know. Was that fair or foul? Well, it was called foul, and that call will stay. So we're going to wait for the 0-2 pitch with a runner on first. Tying run at the plate for the Phillies. Nobody out. Was he moving? It was not moving. Fake steal. Keep an eye on that runner. Who's over there at first? Trying not to give away the free pass, Mexican for Golovkin. The guy who probably knows his way around a taco. All right, the 1-2. Segura digs deep to foul that one off. Had to go golfing a little bit there. Now, welcome to the dugout, Chris Gonzalez. No, please, I need Braves. I think he's trying to say he hopes the Braves hangs on to win. What's up, producer Beth? The oysters sit okay? Need some Tums? Oh, I forgot to get the Alka-Seltzer at the Dollar Tree. That's what I meant to get. The Alka-Seltzers. Pulled foul, still 1-2. Crush the like, smash the subscribe button. Okay. 1-2. Segura hanging in there still. Pitcher comes set. The 1-2. It's hit hard right at Swanson. He sends it to second for one. On to first. Double play as Freeman falls to the ground. Keeps his toe on the bag. 2 away. Fine and dandy like cotton candy. There's a nice double play. Nice enough anyway. Good backhand, quick release, and Camargo's relay pulling Freeman off the bag, but the tall, lanky first baseman does keep his foot on the bag. And Camargo, he fired that over in distress. It was a little off the mark, but good enough for the out. Plenty of time. Yeah, and they're toggling that replay back and forth. He was definitely safe. Or was definitely out there. So 2 away, and there's a strike. Braves 2 strikes away from the win. Yeah, nice reach by Freeman. And we got I Don't Got Cute Ankles in the house. Welcome aboard, I Don't Got Cute Ankles. That's the handle of the night right there. Darno tries to frame that, but it's a ball. 1-1. Great, again, defensive play there by Swanson, who just backhanded it and in one motion backhanded it and threw it to second. And that's low. 2-1 to Gregorius. I wonder if Gregorius is gregarious. The pitch. Chopper foul. 2-2. 1 strike away. We got 21 in the house. Welcome aboard, everyone, to this exciting finish of an offensive battle between the Braves and the Phillies. This is the Bone Crusher Show. Glad to have you aboard. Shout out to our moderator, A-Bomb. Cracking skulls down there in the chat box. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that's hit hard right at Freeman, who flicks it on to the pitcher covering at first in time. Out number 3. Braves win. Braves win. Boy, the Phillies almost came back. They got within 1 after we put We had a 10-run lead at one point, okay? And the Phillies came back with it within one, so tip my cap to the Phillies for not giving up and playing to the end there. But the Braves, too much. Too hard to handle. 12 runs, 15 hits for the Braves. The Phillies with 10 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error. So, great game. And the Phillies are now going to fall below 500 again. They'll go to 14-15. The Braves go to 19-14. We've actually played 4 more games than the Phillies. Our next series is going to be Boston, the Boston Braves, the Boston Red Sox. And A-Bomb said he's going to do at least one of those games. So the Braves will be playing tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, first pitch. And the same start time on Tuesday. Both those games are against the Red Sox. So on your way out, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you might want to go ahead and subscribe to our moderator, A-Bomb, so you can catch even more Atlanta Braves play-by-play reaction. What a game. You got that right, Mexican for Golovkin. Let's see. Pog. I don't know what that means. I don't got cute ankles. But thanks for the comment. So let's get some shout outs before we get out of here. So we'll start from the bottom and work our way up from the most recent post. Shout outs for Mexican for Golovkin. I don't got cute ankles. Chris Gonzalez. Our moderator A-Bomb. Julia on vacation in Mexico. Chris Gonzalez. Did I already give him a shout out? Well, you get 2, I guess. Shout out to Jackson Gaston. You're right, Jackson. We did win this. More shout outs coming. Graham Hatfield was here. Thanks for joining us, Graham. The Bone Crusher commented a couple times in the chat box. You lucky guys. Since Z13, well, he had he said he had $1,000 US on the Braves, so I guess he just won that bet. Congratulations, since Z13. More shout outs coming up for Tactical Money. Thanks for being with us today, Tactical. Tactical always has some good strategy analysis going on in the chat box. Clayton Razzo, the Razinator, was here. Glad to have you aboard, Clayton. Cavani was here. I don't think Cavani ever recovered from the accidental timeout, so Cavani, I hope you'll come back. Cavani, the Phillies fan. So, all right. Well, that's all the shout outs I have up on I can get to on my screen here. So I want to thank everyone for joining the Bone Crusher show tonight. It has been sponsored by treasurehunt.ga, the official store of the Bone Crusher show, and we've got a special tonight. Check out the description of our video. There's a link if you're a collector and you want a 2011 World Series coffee mug. St. Louis Cardinals were World Series champions that year. We've got a fine mug for you down in the description. All right, for producer Beth and our moderator A-Bomb, this is the Bone Crusher. Everyone have a great week. We'll see you on the flip side. Braves by 90. Got that right, Graham.